So, ladies and gentlemen, a lot has happened with Destiny since we last covered him. Now, we took some time off to cover the content nuke, and that was fun, but Destiny has now stated that his response to the revenge porn allegations will be next week. All right, let's take a listen to this statement right here.
Are you going to act a Willie Mack's hit piece on you? First of all, Willie Mack was the only person that reached out to me to chat, which I appreciate. Secondly, my guess is going to be hopefully next week, I think. Let's check real quick. Yeah, probably next week sometime. I think I'll just
What did he check?
say my piece about everything.
I don't know.
And then we'll see what happens from there, I guess.
So he's gonna say his piece about everything, right? So that's crazy. So I guess like the court stuff is done now. I mean, did they settle quickly? Like what happened there? Did he admit fault? Like why?
Yeah, I thought he couldn't say anything.
Yeah, well, that's the confusing part right there, right? So, but apparently next week he'll respond to everything, which is crazy. So we have that right there. So we'll see if that actually happens. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of pressing X to doubt that he'll actually like just open up about everything. As much as I'd want for that to happen, it'd be great, but we'll see what happens. Settled quickly, it's over. The news got him. Yeah, dude. He he got crushed. So, more interestingly, though, Destiny got into a fight with Nicholas Diorio, right? And he made a complete fool of himself in this interaction. So, first of all, Nicholas Diorio puts up a tweet right here. He says, imagine these guys were anything other than spineless, pathetic cowards. And he shows Hassan reacts to the Destiny nuke instead of the H3 nuke. And Destiny reacts to the Hassan nuke instead of the H3 nuke, which is just so perfect of a screenshot.
Wow.
They're just reacting insane to like the nukes that don't relate to them. Oh,
they're just
man.
Pointing at it and holy shit, whoa.
Dude, look at this. Watch your own nuke, buddy. There's a lot of good shit in both of them.
Yeah.
Nick says, just share the links with each other so you guys can swap. Guys, there's a lawsuit, guys. He can't watch the video where the majority isn't anything about the lawsuit. DGG replies blindly defending their freak daddy are sickening. By the way, yeah, Ryan Beard's content nuke, which we're going to take a look at least some of it today, and all of it really on stream. Ryan Beard's content nuke was phenomenal. It was a fantastic video. It was so entertaining. It was great from start to finish, and it really didn't cover Pixie that much. It was an hour and a half of Destiny's other crimes. Things that some people knew about, things that people sort of knew about, but they didn't really have like a full story on, and things that, as far as I'm aware, nobody knew about. I mean, the video basically definitively proved Destiny as some, like, pedophile rapist. I mean, that wasn't the claims that Ryan Beard himself made. He was very careful to, dot his T's and cross his I's. But, I mean, that's the takeaway that I took from the video, personally, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, the full thing. I've seen bits and pieces of it, like, on Twitter, like, clips. But just the bits I've seen, it's just like, holy shit. I can't imagine how bad an hour and a half is going to be for Destiny. I mean, that's just...
And even if Destiny's limited by what he can talk about because of like court or whatever, right? Well, most of that video, as Nick points out, is not really related to anything recent. It's all old shit, or relatively
he can talk
old
about
shit.
all of it.
Yeah. Will he?
Yeah.
Probably not. Nick says, also, this goes without saying, I don't really care if you like my Hassan Ethan coverage. If you think Destiny should still have a career as a respected political creator after what he did to Pixie, I invite you to unsubscribe and unfollow so I don't have to go through the trouble of purging you myself. You're not welcome in my community.
BTFO. So everyone who said that Nick Diorio is a Destiny arbiter and he loves Destiny, well, where are you now? Where's the criticism? We have to sweep for Fatty.
Fatty won. Fatty always wins. Fatty won. Yep. So Destiny sees this and he freaks out, honestly. He actually has like a total meltdown. It's crazy. He says, I just want to say how absolutely fucking hilarious it is that you fat soy fucks were screeching and screaming about how horrible and evil cancel culture is, and the hashtag Me Too shit was. Innocent until proven guilty, but you're super content to take a side on this because of where the popular support is when only one side has spoken. I'll respond with more substance when I can, but I'm being attacked by people who have literally nothing to lose and everything to gain by saying whatever insane shit they can publicly say while trying to squeeze me, legally, privately, which puts me in the most annoying fucking spot imaginable when dealing with dipshits like you. If you really want to show your nuts, why not attack Kiwi Farms, where the content is literally still being hosted and blasted to the world? Oh, because that's a scarier party to go after, eh? Talk about cowards. So that was Destiny's brilliant response. Bro really thought he cooked with this one. And I mean, do we even really need to begin to poke the holes here?
I mean, everything from the beginning to the end is just complete bullshit. What is he talking about? We screamed about how horrible and evil cancel culture is and the Me Too shit was. Didn't we all shit all over Dr. Disrespect's asshole when he just made his statement? I mean, what are we talking about?
I mean, we've
Have we
always
ever
gone after people that legitimately did bad stuff. We've also gone after people that lied, right? But it's not,
Yeah.
he's acting like this whole community's like, believe, trust no bitch, or whatever. That's been like the mantra of the whole community, right? And it's
Right.
like, nobody thinks like that.
Yeah, no one thinks like that. I don't know. It just seems completely soy. And also, he did speak aside. Remember his whole stupid little statement he made on Reddit where he was like, much drama, such wow, that like Doge meme he made where he responded to Pixie and opened up and said everything was true, basically. Like that the messages were true and all that. And he was trying to work with her. So we did read his side and his response sucked ass. We also watched his whole response on stream and it sucked ass. So we didn't only just cover Pixie. That was not... It's just complete cope. I mean, he's just coping.
Yeah, and he's also given his own side in the DMs, right? Again, he's admitted that he sent the leaks in the DMs. He's admitted that he's caused psychological harm to the victims, right?
Yeah.
He's said this stuff like flat out. He's trying to pretend like this is a case of innocent until proven guilty. I mean, he flat out says that, right? But you're not innocent, dude. You're like actually guilty. We know this for a fact. So his willingness to lie here is just so fucking disgusting. And also, him crying about Kiwi Farms, he's still ass mad at Kiwi Farms. He's ass mad at Josh Moon, and he's like, Kiwi Farms is still hosting the content. It's a fucking forum where anybody can make an account and post whatever they want on there. What are you upset about,
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's my question. Do you want the average person to look at you the same way they do Kiwi Farms? Because that should be probably how they look at you, right?
Keem needs to host a Hassan/Destiny debate on LOLco Live On who is the more pathetic loser. Winner gets to groom Keem's girl.
Wow. Awesome. Nick says, Kiwi Farms wouldn't have Pixie's files if you didn't share them without her consent, you pathetic freak.
Also true.
Then he quotes Destiny where he's like, if you really want to show your nuts, why not attack Kiwi Farms? Nick says, suck my dick, including this clip from Ryan Beard's video that we're going to take a look at.
Just like with Lav, Destiny also encouraged his community to go to Anna's Kiwi Farms thread, and he encouraged them to post in her thread.
Oh, okay. Also, heads up. This is my only non-media blackout time, okay? This is my only non-media blackout time. I will immediately back this, okay? Somebody on Kiwi Farms has made a thread of Anna. So if you are obsessed with Anna and you want to talk about her all the time, you, chatter, you can actually go to Kiwi Farms. And you can go and post all you want, read all you want. Go there, post about it, talk about it. People put a lot of effort into categorizing and archiving everything. There you go, okay?
And in the thread about Anna that Destiny encouraged his fans to go message, they doxed Anna. And it was later revealed that at this time, Destiny was secretly in an ongoing sexual relationship with Anna.
So
Which
you
is just
acknowledge
so
you were
deranged.
sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure.
In response,
Dude. So it sounds like he has a big issue with Kiwi Farms there, right? It's like whenever Kiwi Farms is going after his like scorned BPD girl of the week or whatever, right? Or his excommunicated community member. Destiny loves Kiwi Farms. He outright promotes the website. He's like, yeah. I mean, he's literally gone on Turkey Tom's stream and talked to Josh Moon before. He's literally even said he was considering funding Kiwi Farms' lawsuit when Keffels was trying to go after Kiwi Farms, get Kiwi Farms taken off the internet. Destiny's actually had a very extensive history. Destiny has a fucking Kiwi Farms account himself. He made a Kiwi Farms account to fight with everybody in his thread, like a lolcow. You know what I mean? So Destiny's public history up until this point is actually, as far as I can see, been very pro Kiwi Farms, even promoting Kiwi Farms attacking people that he doesn't like. So
yeah, but now that they've done something that he doesn't like, it's total Kiwi Farms death. And also, everyone's just scared to attack Kiwi Farms. That's the harder party to go after. Okay, but I mean...
Okay, Kiwi Farms is not a monolithic being. You know what I mean? Kiwi Farms is not one dude who's just attacked the guy, Kiwi Farms. No, that's there's no such thing. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Destiny's response just looked so fucking stupid here. But no, it continues. It fucking continues. The cope was unreal. So let's see here. So Nick was responding to, oh yeah, Destiny took a screenshot, right, of Nick's feed and just posted without any sort of caption, right?
Yeah, of basically showing Common Cop made a tweet saying, Mike from PA, because talking about Hassan, Mike from PA thinks that being sued automatically makes Ethan guilty of whatever claims from the lawsuits. And then Nick shitting on Destiny for the one we just read earlier.
Right.
Hassan stuff. So he's basically like, oh, because I'm in a lawsuit, you think I'm guilty, Nick, but you won't give that. You look like Mike from PA, basically, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, which is a totally like different like situation.
I think we thought he was guilty before the lawsuit, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
literally though. It's like the
We thought he
reason
was
why
guilty.
Nick thinks you're guilty is because you admitted to being guilty in from your own words and your own DMs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you haven't really said anything to deny it, even when you've been very like, tight with your wording in response to all this stuff because of the court stuff. You haven't outright said you didn't do it, you know? In his statement, in his big Reddit response, on his big stream response, Destiny has never said the words, I did not do this. In fact, he's gone as far as to say, if you guys think that I did this, you should not support it, right? If you guys think that I did this, what you think I might have done is actually horrible, right? Why would you need to say that if you didn't do it? In fact, you should be defending yourself, right? But he's not because he did it. So he's trying to sit here. This is like the cheapest, laziest attempt at an own here, a false comparison. And it's like, really, Destiny's smart enough to even know that this is complete bullshit. He's just ass mad. Destiny's a spite-driven guy. You know, all of his beefs are just purely driven by spite.
Go back to that post because he never said that he didn't do it until this post. I'm pretty sure in the replies, if you scroll down, it's the top reply, or is it? It's on one of these posts where he straight up replies to someone. And it's just like, I never sent the porn. He finally replied. It's on one of these replies. Maybe you have it pulled up, but he does reply to someone and outright. It's just like, this never happened. He gets a ratio to shit in his own replies.
Yeah.
I'll try to see if I can pull it up while you read this.
So Nick says, you shared Pixie's intimate videos with a random 19-year-old OnlyFans model and then posted logs where you admitted to severely damaging her. Why are you responding to me at all? You literally did this, bro. Posting, of course, all the logs that we've already read, including Destiny admitting what he did wrong, right? And he's actually going to sit there and say that he didn't admit to this, right? I think I have that pulled up somewhere. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it. So somebody says, I think the problem is all the DMs where you admitted to sharing news without consent. Seems kind of guilty. Destiny says, I didn't admit to shit, but keep up the great framing. Which is just like, by the way, this used to be community noted. I don't know if I just can't see this now because I'm blocked by Destiny. Because I called him a rapist on a tweet that has 20,000 likes. Yeah. But this was community posted. I actually can pull it up on my account. But he absolutely did admit to it right here. Destiny talking to Straighteraid. What do you think would be the appropriate way of even approaching her about that? Straighteraid, which is probably extremely difficult to prove in her case. She's not a high-profile micro-celebrity, and you didn't leak it maliciously. You didn't even leak it at all. You distributed it non-consensually. Destiny says, yeah, I know. I looked into it for obvious reasons just to be sure, but I don't really care much about the legal side of it whatsoever. Obviously, I've severely, at the very least, psychologically damaged her. So, I mean, there you
just
have
admitting
it.
to it.
Yes.
Destiny should sue Josh Moon over hosting the revenge porn. He really should. He should open his Discord DMs to Discovery with Josh's lawyers.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
a great idea.
I'm sure. Yeah. You know what, Destiny, if you're listening to this, dude, that would be phenomenal, dude. Lawsuit. Ethan Klein suing H3 Snark. Destiny sues Kiwi Farms. I'm sure these are lawsuits that are going to be very successful and go well. You know? So I can't believe just Destiny had the balls to even like try to argue this. Like, really, dude? You are losing, man. Like, come on. Even Ethan Ralph, you know, who had a similar revenge porn situation, right? He put up an actual great tweet talking about this where he was like, man, it's not good to lie to yourself like this. It's not good to lie to other people about this. Just admit it.
Yeah.
It's bad for the soul.
Yeah, it's like, stop lying.
Yeah. Ethan Ralph said it's bad for the
thing.
soul to lie about this shit. He's like, you just need to come out and be honest, man. So it's like, dude, you have no one on your side.
Ethan Ralph is the better man than you right now.
Yes. Ethan Ralph can morally lecture you on this. I mean, come on, man. And so, yeah, here was the tweet with the community note. I didn't admit shit, but keep up the great framing. he did in fact admit it with a link to Nick Diorio's tweet showing him admitting to it. So I don't know if he had DGG like spam to get that note taken off, but yeah, it's just utterly pathetic behavior from this fucking rapist. Speaking of which,
pedophile rapist.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you seen Ryan Beard's video, Connor?
I don't wish.
No, I have not yet.
Well, this is a really fun watch. It's a long watch, but I watched this last night for the first time. I know I'm a little bit late to it. Okay, whatever. I don't care because I watched this and it was fucking phenomenal. I mean, right off the bat, it gets into some really juicy information that I think is very relevant to the public discussion. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that this video came out to try to mask or cover up Ethan Klein's, like, content nuke on Hassan. And he was very clear. He's like, I like content nuke Hassan, okay? Hassan was promoting this video, and at the same time, Ryan Beard, based Ryan Beard, was shitting on Hassan, saying, actually, no, I like Ethan Klein's content nuke. It was correct, and everyone should watch that, too.
Ryan Beard is awesome now. Like,
fuck
this
yeah.
guy's so cool.
Dude.
I don't wish to bring
You know what's funny? Okay.
any more harassment.
Before I start this video, I'll say this. I DM'd Ryan Beard last night, right? And I was like, great video. I really enjoyed this. Because, I mean, I thought it was a good video, right? And he was like, thanks, man. Like, I really want to make sure all sides of the political spectrum enjoyed the video, regardless of whether they're leftists or not. So I'm really glad to see that achieved the result. And I was like
I'm glad your alt-right Nazi ass enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's great.
That's what he said. I was just like, he's like, I'm really glad to see that it worked. And I'm just like, oh, well, I guess, yeah, it did work.
Cool.
Oh, man. Anyway.
I don't wish to bring anybody any more harassment than they've already received, but you have to understand that at this point, I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand. There will be no vague allegations today. There will be no mentions of nukes, only mushroom clouds.
So cringe the way that he speaks.
He sucks.
Can we just talk about Manifesto? I mean, I aped that. I did the Flamenco Manifesto or whatever, right? But Manifesto, it's an interesting branding, you know? The Taliban.
Well, he's just too soy for it. I mean, the way he talks is always so soy. Like his cadence, and it just doesn't work. He doesn't sound like tough or intimidating. He sounds like a cuck, which is what he is.
Stephen Ralph and Ethan Bonnell.
Yeah, exactly.
I went with the title, Kethels, a Case Study on Internet Terrorism and Mass Media Manipulation. This is going to be a cataloging the past year, demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible, and what comes of the belief that there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. This is going to be a careful documentation of lies. I'm not running around screen sharing people's nudes. I'm not having secret recordings to be in my apartment. Bro, I'll talk about anything all the time ever. Are we serious?
So then the question stands, did you Lauren Southern?
Nice.
Scams. Every single person on the internet that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. You can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and you can NFT.
No way.
I remember this, God. He coped so hard when this happened. He was just like, he'd sweep this under the rug.
Get autographed by the streamer. And you know what? If you buy it, I can go right up here and click autograph.
I don't give a fuck, by the way, if somebody sells NFTs. I personally do not care. But, because again,
the hypocrisy of him saying it's like a scam. And
yeah.
Autograph, and I can sign whatever NFT you want me to sign. Okay? Threats, bullying, doxing. I literally just doxed that girl. The one that threatened to throw egg on me like a week or two ago.
Oh my God, I called Destiny out for this and he got ass mad at me, but then he deleted his tweet like a cuck. I remember calling him out for this. I was like, you really doxed somebody?
When was this?
Destiny's
You remember?
tears makes his son happy.
I think this was back in 2022 or something, or early 2023, around that time. I called him out for this and he quoted me. He got ass mad and he sent the DGG goons after me or whatever. Spoiler alert, it wasn't nearly as bad as everyone says they are. That's why I never understood people that are like, I'm afraid to go after Destiny. His community is so vicious. I don't know. They're a bunch of fucking losers to me.
Well, sometimes that's why they're vicious, because they're such losers. It's like, that's what they do all day.
Right.
Time to...
Dude, I'm in the commentary community, man. It's
Graped to death. Would anyone care? Not me.
nice. Well, getting graped, by the way, is when somebody just throws a bunch of grapes at you and pummels you with grapes.
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
COS.
Yeah. Also, the donation even before that one was just unhinged. What the
Yeah, we're in commentary, okay? We deal with. Look at our community, bro. You think DGG is?
Dude. It's okay.
About like doxing and an utter lack of accountability.
Molina recently confirmed that the sex tapes leaked by Destiny's former
Jesus Christ.
TV girl were shared by Destiny without her
Nice.
consent.
Good one. Good.
Somebody says, who is this nerd-looking kid trying to assault people? I don't know if they're talking about me, you, Ryan Beer, or Destiny. I cannot tell.
On all of the above.
Literally everyone on screen right now looks like a fucking complete loser. So
Come on, dude. You're watching a commentary live show. What the fuck are you doing?
which one?
Good one. Nice.
If she has no
Yes.
legal recourse.
And I've got a whole bunch of super chats for you. Wick, ready?
The silence of a cuck.
Okay.
Terrible.
Over the years, I've worried about the types of tactics endorsed by progressive communities. The uncomfortable distorting of narratives. Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. It sounds really shitty, but I think that Israel should just draw its borders about where it is now, and basically Palestinians can go live in another place. That's really shitty, but that's about where I'm at. The grotesque
That's, by the way, the take that everyone thinks Ethan Klein has that I've yet
Destiny,
to hear.
actually.
Yeah, Destiny unironically has that.
shape-shifting of facts. Let's say there's a person that's 30 years old and tries to randomly sext 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. I don't think that would be considered grooming. The general inability to hold themselves to a decent standard of behavioral conduct.
The rioting needs to stop. And if that means white redneck militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they could torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my blessing.
All right, well, that clip I like. I still support that,
was
clip.
based.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It is the tale of an internet bully given far too much power.
Did you guys
That's
know
actually
that?
how I found
Whoa.
Destiny. I never. Whoa.
Wait, hold
What
on.
did you
What's that chat message? Wait, what?
This R low IQ F sitting in the middle like a fucking retarded N. Damn. Bro went 3 for 3 there.
Hey, you typed that in Twitch chat? Oh, really? What?
Tale of an internet bully given far too much power
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
on a mission to seek fame and fortune.
So what's that look like revenue-wise? I think last time you said it was like 50K a month.
It's probably a little bit higher than that now. Yeah.
By building a career through vicious conflict.
Actually kill yourself. Yes, kill yourself.
We've allowed ourselves to gaze into the abyss for far too long,
Destiny.
is the result.
Nice.
On January 8th, 2025, the streamer Destiny's ex-wife Melina accused him of sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent to a 19-year-old young woman over Discord.
Something I can't, I'm not gonna go into detail on anything, but
Yo, thank you for the membership, Max.
there's plenty of people that's wondering this, but I feel like this should be obvious. Nothing has happened with consent with anyone, not me and not anyone else.
Nothing.
There's been no consent.
On
I believe
January
her.
21st, 2025, one of Destiny's close friends named Pixie accused him of also sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent. Destiny later revealed that this 19-year-old he had sent these pornographic videos to had allegedly been hacked, leading to these videos being leaked on the internet.
I think a friend of mine's account from that I talked to 3 or 4 years ago ended up getting compromised, and
I hear the spam clicking in the background.
I'm just gotta roll.
It's
with
like a
me.
nervous tick.
It is what it is. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Okay.
Later on that same day of January 21st, one of Destiny's previous close friends named Cherry not only accused Destiny of sharing a recording of them having sex without her consent, but also of
Oh, by the way, when Destiny apparently responds to all this stuff next week, do you think he's going to touch on the Cherry stuff? Because he was very quick to sweep it under the rug, you know?
Does Willie Mack's video talk about it? Because that's what he's going to watch, right?
Does Willie Mack talk about... yeah, he does.
I think very briefly.
I think so.
So maybe
I think
he'll
so,
also
right?
very briefly talk about it.
Yeah, it does, right? I don't know. I watched it last night.
recording her without her knowledge.
Yeah, that's also the problem too. I think that's why Willie Mack's video is getting so much criticism. Is Destiny has explicitly said that's the video he's choosing to watch, not this one, the Willie Mack one, right?
Yeah, because it's only 20 minutes of literally just the bare bones reading of the tweets.
Yeah,
and then also his own messages,
right?
Which is what Willie reached out to get. So
right, so automatically Willie's video becomes the sweep where he gives the safe version of the and I'm not saying that's what Willie's video is, but I'm saying that's what people see it as now because it's that's the regurgitated safe way version of the stuff that he's not going to watch like a Diorio VOD or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having sex without her consent, but also of recording her without her knowledge. Destiny has since admitted to sharing these sex tapes of Pixie and Melina without their consent. Cherry's allegation is still just an allegation, but she has recently filed a police report against Destiny. This is the story of Stephen Bennell II, a man given far too much power, and the ways he has abused this power for his own personal gain.
Destiny's America First arc begins. Such wow.
Such wow, yeah.
Such wow.
Hi, so this video has been a long time coming. I've been slowly collecting evidence about this man Destiny here for about 3 years now, and I don't know about you, but I think it's finally time to take this motherfucker down.
Yes! Yes, let's fucking
Please.
go.
Destiny is widely hated by a variety of communities across the
TDD.
internet for a variety of reasons. But no matter how hated Destiny became, he always had a strong army of sycophants that would defend him no matter what he did. However, recently, almost all of his orbiters have abandoned him. Orbiters are what he calls his friends who stream with him. Basically, the implication is that Destiny is this massive planet.
Being called an orbiter is like almost worse than being called a cuck. It's like orbiter. You orbit around another man.
Yeah, your life is dedicated to this person.
Orbit, not even just follower. Not yeah, not even like that. Orbiter.
Planet, and all of his friends are these little planets that orbit around him. This has created an ecosystem where most of Destiny's friends rely on Destiny's success for fame and money. And because most of these people rely on Destiny for money, they've done a remarkably good job at sweeping allegations against Destiny.
Oh, wait, what was that post?
Destiny for money, they've done a
Is this being a changed person and remorseful erudite? Message removed by the moderator.
Not so erudite, of course.
Nice.
Job at sweeping allegations against Destiny under the rug for years. However, these recent allegations against Destiny have been so egregious that the majority of even his most loyal orbiters have decided to leave his orbit. Now, barely
TDD.
anyone is still defending Destiny. One person who is still defending Destiny is Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, who recently decided to slut-shame Destiny's victims.
Where I go, I feel extremely violated with how so many people saw me non-consensually in a vulnerable position. I feel like people are always going to use this as proof that I slept my way to whatever achievement I garner. I feel like it's evidence that everything would be better with me gone. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Prixie, but you did sleep your way to the top. You know?
Holy shit. Okay, well.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta call a spade here.
Even though Myron is an absolutely insane anti-Semitic woman hater who stands for everything that Destiny claims to be against, Destiny says that he has more respect for Myron than for anyone else on the internet.
Wait.
In all of my years, God, this feels so shitty. In all my years doing content, I have more respect for mine than any other individual.
Apparently, the amount of respect that Destiny has for you as a person is dependent on how willing you are to suck up to him.
Yeah, see, that's like a strange take from Destiny's perspective, right? Because like Myron, you would think would be everything Destiny's against, right? And I know Destiny's obviously had friends on the right before, but those usually don't last very long. You know what I mean? It's like when you think about like Destiny's allies. I mean, he used to be buddy with like Andrew Wilson or whatever, right? And that guy doesn't go nearly as like hard as Myron or any of these people from that sphere of the internet, you know?
Well, I wish I could see the rest of the clip because obviously Ryan cuts it, but I'm assuming the reason he respects Myron is because Myron literally like does not falter to anything, to my knowledge. Like he is insane, obviously, but he's never like cucked. I don't think ever. To my understanding.
Well, Myron is
so
an
maybe
elite
that's what Destiny.
sweeper. I mean, he sweeps for his buddy or whatever, right? I mean, a sweep. They're in business together, right? But his other guy that does the show with him, I forget what his name is.
No, but I mean, cucked out of like saying politically like controversial things. Like he's unfiltered. So I think that's why he means.
Well,
like,
yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm adding to that point because like when his like partner or whatever like knocks up a girl and like, makes her get an abortion or something like that. Or when his buddy's hanging out with Ben Shapiro, even though they're all like going after Jews and stuff. Meanwhile, his like co-host guy is hanging out with Ben Shapiro. He defends, Fresh. He defends that guy all the time, right? And I've seen him defend Destiny all the time too, right? Like when women, even when like, I remember like when Melina divorced Destiny, he did like a bunch of streams shitting on Melina. He's like, you're just some hoe. Destiny's going to be famous forever and you're going to be forgotten in like a week. Like, fuck you, whore. So he's very consistent on backing up, you know, the bros, even if they're on the left, you know? So,
yeah, never trust a woman is Myron's take on ironically.
Yeah.
He is the only person.
But he might be saying that also just so Destiny will be like a prominent left-wing guest on his podcast so that he can have like crazy ass shows, you know? Because I mean, anytime he brings Destiny on, obviously it's a giant show because Destiny's going on like the fucking #1 enemy grounds to debate a bunch of lunatics or stupid girls or whatever.
Person that I've seen that will consistently go into areas where there's so much like laughing and jokes and fun times to be had right here if he was shit on me, but he doesn't. He won't do it.
I have some level of empathy for Destiny's orbiters because it is difficult to be stuck in a position where you financially rely on someone who is not a great person.
I know, you put yourself there.
But I have basically no empathy for Destiny because I believe that Destiny is a massive piece of shit, and I will hopefully demonstrate why I feel that way in this video. In this video, I will go through nearly every harmful action that Destiny has committed over the years, and then allow you to come to your own conclusions on whether or not you think this is a person who deserves anyone's admiration or respect. Before we jump into Destiny's actions from across the years, I think I should take a little bit of time to dispel some possible well poisoning that Destiny or his community DGG could try to attack me with. The first accusation they might throw at me is that I'm obsessed with Destiny. This is an accusation they like to throw at anyone who criticizes.
The gayest fucking accusation of all time. I've seen Destiny do this all the time when people call him a cuck. He'll be like, you're just obsessed with my sex life. You're just obsessed with me thinking about, or me eating cum or whatever.
It's completely pointless. It's like, what are you even saying?
Oh, it's so stupid. It's like, you cannot say obsessed when you're a content creator, okay?
Yeah.
You can't.
Destiny. Personally, I don't think it makes me obsessed with Destiny that I've been researching him for the purpose of criticizing him. None of Destiny's fans accused me of being obsessed with Sneeko when I did a deep dive into Sneeko's harmful actions because they don't like Sneeko. But they probably will accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny because Destiny is their daddy.
Yeah.
So true. Destiny is their daddy.
Exactly. And it's so funny to even like bring that up too, because the #1 like dismissive response to this video is like, didn't Ryan Beard get blown out in a debate that he had with Destiny? It's like, yeah, sure. He did. I mean, objectively, I remember watching that. I think I covered that. He got completely humiliated. Yeah. I think I made fun of Ryan Beard like multiple times. I read his like soy little statement afterwards. Like, I used to, like, I think I was downright A-logging Ryan Beard during that time, right? Don't care anymore. Or at least don't care right now. You know what I mean? Right now, I like Ryan Beard and I hate Destiny. So it doesn't matter to me.
It's also not relevant to anything at all. If Ryan Beard makes a good video, then
yeah.
GG.
They will accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny because Destiny is their daddy. This is the first video I've ever made about Destiny, and it'll probably be about an hour and a half long. Compare that to the probably hundreds of hours that Destiny has spent on his stream criticizing Hassan. And I have nothing against Destiny criticizing Hassan.
Yeah, notice one of those posts was Hamas Pikers obsessed with Destiny, even though Destiny's literally done like thousands of videos that are all like an hour long, you know?
Yeah, like who gives a fuck? I mean, Destiny can do that and Hassan can do that. Like,
would just be.
And also, when you compare who talks about who more, obviously Destiny talks about Hassan way fucking more than Hassan. Even now, than Hassan talks about Destiny. Even though Hassan's recently gotten comfortable talking about Destiny, I mean, even still, the coverage is not comparable.
Be pretty hypocritical to accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny for making 1 hour and a half long video about him, while Destiny has talked about Hassan for hundreds of hours. Destiny has written multiple incredibly long manifestos criticizing creators like Vosh, Keffels, and Bob7, who Destiny believes have wronged him over the years. Although I find the label of manifesto a bit cringe, I see nothing inherently wrong with Destiny writing manifestos to chronicle the bad behaviors of these creators. So, in the same way, I guess this will be my manifesto against Destiny. And if you have an issue with me making this manifesto, I hope you will stay logically consistent and also criticize Destiny for making manifestos about Vosh, Keffels, and Bob7. If I had to predict how Destiny himself would respond to this video, he would probably respond with something similar to this tweet that he tweeted at me a couple years ago. You're hopping into a bandwagon of people accusing me of being a apologist because you're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. Don't play stupid. You know exactly what you're doing.
Nice.
So cringe.
You're just hopping on a bandwagon, dude. It's like these elite level
You're so upset I
gaslighting,
bullied you off
silencing.
the internet.
Okay, well, clearly you didn't because you're responding to him right now. He's still there. So did you really do that? Are you going to respond to the point?
To be honest, Destiny isn't 100% wrong here. I am jumping onto a bandwagon of people criticizing him, but I don't think that's an inherently bad thing to do. Destiny jumps onto bandwagons of people criticizing Hassan all the time. When Ethan Klein makes videos attacking Hassan, Destiny jumps onto the bandwagon. So when a bunch of people on the internet are criticizing Destiny right now for sharing women's sex tapes without their consent, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the bandwagon and roast the shit out of him. With the way the internet works, criticisms against someone are more likely to stick when that person is actively engaged in a controversy. This is just how the internet is. So yes, I waited to make this video until you were in a possibly career-ending controversy because I knew that this would make more people listen to my criticism against you.
I mean,
you have
that's a W.
Yeah, striking
These
the
are all-
iron's hot.
Yeah, and these are also all pointless criticisms that soy boys like Destiny would say too. It's like,
But I'm glad he does this. I mean, it might seem unnecessary. It's like, oh, he's responding to the dumbest arguments of all time. Who gives a fuck? But I mean, that's how DGG operates, you know? That's how the system works. It's a real cabal.
problem with that? You know how the internet works, Destiny. You jump onto bandwagons of criticizing people who are in controversies all the time. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, you're mad about it.
All the other shit from all the other vultures and all the other communities that are like coming in trying to like make drama out of this, that don't give a fuck about any victims or any people involved, which is the majority of people. Don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care about that.
Another accusation that Destiny's fans like to throw at
Sounds like such a loser in that clip. It's insane.
it's just a complete coping F, dude.
people who criticize him is that they're just doing it for money. Oh, you mean like how Destiny has made money from covering other people's controversies for years? What a dog shit argument. Yes, I'm gonna make money from this video because this is my job, just like Destiny makes money from criticizing other people because that's his job. But this video isn't just about making money for me. I genuinely care about raising awareness for the shitty stuff that Destiny has done. If you're gonna write a manifesto about Keffals and say that she needs to be held responsible for her actions,
Demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
I'm gonna do the same thing to you, motherfucker. Now let's focus in on this part of the tweet. You're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. You know what, Destiny? You are not totally wrong. Being bullied off the internet didn't feel particularly good because people don't tend to enjoy being bullied. Destiny and his community definitely have bullied me over the years, but
What is this? Wait, what? You literally brought up an event of mine from 15 years ago, completely out of nowhere. Your blood probably tastes like syrup. When people told you to kill yourself, they didn't mean with Twinkies. Nice.
Just calling him a fat ass.
There we go.
I don't really care to relitigate my personal
Yeah, we fell off. Guys, you failed the goal. What the fuck? Come on. Guys.
Just have a soy meltdown.
Fuck this shit, man. Fuck
I guess we're gonna
this
pop
shit.
some fucking pills and drink and shit.
All right, guys. Yeah,
Fuck.
if we don't hit the goal, we start drinking. Could you imagine?
If we don't hit the goal,
Yeah.
that would be horrible.
All right, you know what? Who gives a fuck about this stream anymore, man? I just fucking pop his hand.
beef with Destiny.
Doesn't matter
Destiny
anymore.
and his community weren't very nice to the suit-wearing fatty. Who gives a fuck? But Destiny, you don't get to criticize Keffals for being a bully
Internet bullying.
and then turn around and take pride in the fact that you're a bully. That is called hypocrisy. The fact that Destiny and his community
Yeah, when the stream, by the way, when we don't hit the goal, we just end the stream. We're like, all right, I guess you guys don't give a fuck anymore about this content, huh? Fuck you guys. We just leave in spite.
Cross our arms. And
Holy
like
shit.
losers.
New goal! Can we hit the new goal, guys? Let's fucking go.
Yes.
community have bullied me in the past probably is a factor in why I chose to make this video. And I would argue that the treatment that Destiny received from creators like Vosh and Keffals is one of the
I've never seen Nick fail a goal. His goals are smaller. All right? Right? Aren't they?
If we did a 5 out of 10 goal, we would have hit it. You know.
I aim high, okay? I aim high, okay?
reasons he made manifestos against them. As much as I might want to, I am a human being and I can't fully separate myself from my own personal biases.
Fatty waiting room, by the way. Okay, dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
Just fully on.
And the fact that I have been bullied by Destiny and his community in the past does probably make me somewhat biased against them. If you feel like my personal bias against Destiny means that I'm not the right person to make this video, I respect that opinion and I encourage you to go watch a different YouTube video. But in this video, I'm going to try my absolute best to be as unbiased as possible and stick to the facts as much as possible. I am going to try my best to not view Destiny in bad faith, because I think even if you view him in good faith, he's still a piece of shit. I do feel like one of Destiny's tactics from across the years is to be incredibly mean to anyone he has a conflict with. So when that person eventually decides to make a video criticizing him, he can just write that person off as obsessive and just mad because he bullied.
Well, I will admit, it usually is the case that a lot of people that go at Destiny are just stupid and they don't really know what they're doing or how to handle it. I mean,
because usually if you get involved with Destiny to that level, you probably are kind of stupid.
Well, they're orbiters for a reason, There's a reason why they're not their own content creators, right? Because if they were their own content creators, they'd be able to stand up on their own 2 feet. They can't. That's why they rely on Destiny's ecosystem to even be a thing online. Really, Destiny's orbiters, like a lot of them just shouldn't be streamers,
Yeah, for sure.
Tom out buying rope and a stool about now.
Nice. A lot of Destiny's orbiters should just be people in his Discord at most. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really belong on the platform. So that's why they get eaten alive. And they end up saying a bunch of stupid shit whenever they turn against Destiny and they don't know what they're doing. And they also usually, a lot of them, I will say, not all of them, but like a lot of them will also like turn on Destiny for like stupid reasons in reality, or they can't be honest about the real criticisms of it. So they just hand Destiny easy W's. And that's kind of how he's been able to look like this internet badass for so long and look like he's always right in every situation, is because the targets that, he picks both for his enemies and also the targets he picks for his own orbiter club are people that he knows he can stomp on. Yeah, it's people he knows he can stomp on, or crazy women that he knows he can manipulate and brain break or whatever.
Them.
As a supporter of yours, I would appreciate if you addressed some of the points made in the Brittany video. She seemed to be pretty fair, especially in her conclusions. I don't have time to address every deranged, obsessive video that's made about me. I still haven't watched the Brittany video.
Just add this tactic to the long list of tactics that Destiny and his community use to deflect criticism from themselves. The last criticism that Destiny and his community might make against this video is that I'm bringing up a bunch of old news that Destiny has already addressed. While that might be the case for some of the things I talk about in this video is not being made for Destiny's community. I'm making this video for the broader internet, and the majority of the broader internet doesn't know about all of these past controversies that you might consider old news. Contrary to what you guys might believe, the entire world does not orbit around Destiny. If Destiny is going to be interviewing potential presidential candidates like Marianne Williamson, then I think the broader political community deserves to know about Destiny's past actions. Destiny has said before that he has nothing to hide, and people can't expose him for anything that he's done in the past because he's open about everything he's done in
the most ultimate cope of all time. Nobody can ever expose me. That's like saying like I'm the only unbiased creator in the world. It's like meaningless statements that obviously there's shit that people can expose about you. Anyone can have shit be exposed about them. Like,
yeah,
for him to even say that is like the most massive red flag of all time.
Didn't John Swan say that like a week before he got fucked?
I'm uncancelable. Like, nothing bad can happen to me. It's like you're just tempting fate. It's like,
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
You're just inviting karma to fuck you in the ass,
Yeah.
In his life, when someone else was trying to expose Destiny for his...
And also his reasoning for that. Nobody will ever cancel me because I am always open about all the fucked up bad shit that I do. Okay, well, eventually people are going to not care when you do something really bad,
Yeah.
Obviously. By the way, I can't get over this. Chat saying turn on the light. You are in like the pit of like hell right now.
I am, yeah. No, I could, but I'd have to get up and I could turn off my cam for a bit while you watch if you want me to.
Well, keeping on the camera is better. Why? Is like the light like being used or something?
Well, no, I'm just sitting. It's like all the way across the other room. I just have to set it up real quick.
Okay.
I could take like 5 minutes, but
all right, whatever.
Yeah, they can cry about it. Like they like the light. I think the lighting on my camera has been a good theme
President
of the show.
Sunday was not the hero Pixie needed, but President Sunday is the hero we needed. He is our Dark Knight. He is vengeance. He is the night.
What's the chat's current take on President Sunday? Is he just...
I don't know.
at the
Because we
beginning.
thought he was anti-hero at first,
Dude,
right? Has
if
that
you
changed?
watched our original, people could rip our original footage of Destiny apart where we're like, President Sunday's a hero. Like, we start the video
Holy
off.
shit.
Dude, I remember I was rewatching that, and Smaggles in the chat, he was like, God, you suck, Augie. Your new content sucks. You just have the worst take on everything. And I'm like, slow down. That's not what I meant. President Sunday, he's obviously an asshole, you know. But
Come on, guys.
look, I'll stand by it, okay? Pixie didn't kill herself, and I'm glad. And at least the story's out now. We know about it, you know?
He has big nuts. He has
they
big nuts,
took-
and that can't be denied.
I mean, yeah, he's got big balls. He took a fucking gargantuan giant risk. He did fuck Pixie over completely, right? I'm not denying that. But look at where we are right now. If this ain't the good timeline, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So.
His bad behavior, he sent these messages to his chat. So
You can just change the brightness for his source.
I don't know how to do that.
I think actually I like you guys typing about it. Actually, I think I
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
I think the increased chat messages is actually a good thing.
Just the fucking gay pettiness. Just like,
Yeah.
actually, I like it.
Yeah, actually, you guys should cry more about it. Actually,
Okay.
I think that's good.
Actually, you should cry more about my dog shit lighting. What?
Yeah, actually, I like that a lot.
You think
know
the
what?
stream looks like dog shit? Cry more, retards. Maybe if you paid more, I could afford better lighting.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
You know what it feels like? It feels like the bit that Wings of Redemption and Keem started for like 3 months, where Wings just had no lighting at all in his
Oh my
in his
God.
videos. And Keem
It's
was like,
so
dude, get a
stupid.
ring light. What the fuck, man? Like every stream, he would just say that. For like,
So if he wants to expose me, that's fine. Let him expose. But he needs to post receipts instead of just vaguely alluding to shit. There's literally nothing anyone could have on me for anything because I don't do anything bad/weird. I am the cleanest motherfucker in this entire scene. The worst anyone could ever have on me is fucking dick pics or something. He can talk about whatever he wants, but he should provide proof, not just baseless accusations/speculation. Alright, Destiny. In this video, I will provide plenty of proof and receipts to back up everything that I accuse you of. If what you said in these messages is true, then you should have absolutely no issue with me lying out everything that you've done over the years on the table. Are we on the same page? Great. Honestly, I feel like the fact that I feel the need to lay out all these preambles and pretext and shoot down possible criticisms before they make them should show you that Destiny's community have become masters at deflecting criticism against them. You can call these motherfuckers Bert from Mary Poppins in the way that they're masters at sweeping. The joke here is that Bert from Mary Poppins is a chimney sweep. It's a funny joke, okay? Fuck off. My goal.
You gotta have a little bit of that soy left tube anti comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta, it wouldn't be, yeah, you gotta have a little bit of that in there, you know. I mean, listen, all right, the video is 9.5 out of 10, okay? In my opinion, not 10.
In this video is not to push some sort of political agenda against Destiny. I actually think he is a very smart dude who's one of the best debaters on the internet and one of the best people at using logic to defend liberal values. I debated Destiny a couple times a few years ago and he definitely wiped the floor with me, especially in our second debate. I have no shame in admitting that. Destiny is definitely a better debater than I am. Even if I disagree with a lot of his opinions.
That part's true, yeah. He's definitely a better debater than Ryan Beard.
Because I'm a leftist, I can still recognize that he's done a great job dunking on a bunch of dumbass conservatives. But like Destiny said in his manifesto against Keffels, I don't think we should be afraid to hold members of our own community accountable.
Demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
And Destiny has done a lot of fucked up shit that I think he needs to be held accountable for. Just because he's a good debater who's really good at defending the liberal ideology, I don't think that means that we should sweep his bad behavior under the rug.
And I don't understand how Steven can really say that he wants to be a serious political advocate if he doesn't
Destiny's
want to manage his personal life in any way.
former bull, by the way. Not close friend. Destiny's
Oh yeah.
bull.
Dude, somebody got so mad when I made that joke on one of the last RC shows, right? They were like, "You really called ABBA Destiny's ex-black bull?" And I was just like, "Oops, like, sorry, man."
That was such a good. I mean, it's true. It's very true.
I thought
it's
it was
time.
Yeah. Imagine being exposed, being disavowed by your ex-black bull.
Wait, that's serious. Like, why should the DNC involve you in anything that they want when your personal life looks like a fucking train wreck that's going to be bad PR for all of them?
True, dude. True. Who takes this guy seriously when he's like, he has the lifestyle of a fucking like 16-year-old teenager, you know?
Why should anyone want to spend time debating you on these bigger platforms if all you're going to do is bring fucking tarnishing their reputation, right? It's like, if you're serious about this, you should make this sacrifice. And if you can't, then I don't think you really care about the political positions that you claim to care about.
True.
My goal in this video is to simply lay out all of his actions from across the years that
W Bull. Everyone chat W Bull.
W Bull.
I consider harmful.
WBBC.
Yes, WBBC W Bull.
You to come to your own conclusions. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so here's the thing. So that's his preamble out of the way, right? We're about to get into, this is now where the video gets really good. You know, he's addressed all the, you know, DGG, almost said BBC cope. He's addressed all of the DGG cope, all of what the criticisms will be, all of what the dismissals will be. He's wiped his ass clean, okay? Now we get into what Destiny has done, and it's horrendous. So stick around.
In this video, I hope to establish a pattern of how Destiny...
By the way, guys, anyone saying Fatty is, I'm Fatty's waiting room or whatever, right? Well, guess what? Apparently Fatty's not going live tonight, so he's actually my waiting room now, okay? I fucking bullied him out of streaming tonight by going live first. He has submitted, he has surrendered to RFC.
Over the course of his career has repeatedly taken advantage of and harmed women and occasionally children, and how he has advocated for a world that...
Destiny was never good at debating. He just invested in basic Wikipedia knowledge and narcotics that makes him spasm into 15 points at once.
I mean, he's good at, like, arguing with people, right? But, yeah, I mean, if you watch him in any sort of, like, professional debate or whatever, right? I mean, they're not as clean as when he's debating Discord retard calling in, being like, what's a trans person? And then he just schools them over it. You know what I mean?
He just shits all over them.
Yeah.
Because they're clueless.
Makes it easier for people like him to harm women and children. We'll start by going through Destiny's harmful behavior towards women, then we'll take a detour to his harmful behavior towards children, and then we'll loop back around to his harmful behavior towards women again. Sound good?
Let's fucking go.
Well,
towards children is crazy. I've never heard of children.
You're gonna see it, dude.
Not going to be.
Harassing women.
Around the end of 2011, Destiny sexually assaulted a woman on his live stream. I'm not using the word allegedly here because we have video of him doing it, and he has openly admitted that it was sexual assault.
I would say that in my streaming career in the past, like totally publicly, like I completely and totally like assaulted a girl on stream before for like fucking 5 minutes or whatever. I got super fucking drunk and was like grabbing her fucking breast the entire time.
Okay. Yo, hold on.
Later, Destiny has attempted to downplay his actions here by tweeting, "I was drunk off my ass literally for the first time in my life." And he said that at the time, he didn't understand how bad it was, but now looking back years later, he understands that it was reprehensible behavior.
And at the time, I figured like, oh, well, you know, we're gonna fuck anyway, like it doesn't matter, like she's chill or whatever, like I'm drunk, it doesn't matter. Like at the time, I'm thinking like, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. But like looking back, I'm like, okay, wait, this is like really, really, really reprehensible behavior.
But if you go back and watch the clip, immediately after assaulting her, he says, "Listen, I'm gonna apologize to you so much tomorrow."
Listen, I'm gonna apologize to you so much tomorrow.
Why would you need to
He
apologize?
knows it's bad.
Dude, I saw this. I was like blown away instantly. I was like, what? How has nobody ever brought this up as like the cheapest, easiest like gotcha of all time? It's not even a cheap gotcha. It's a good gotcha, right?
Yeah.
Every time he like morally grandstands about how like people should act within relationships and boundaries and, you know, just respecting women in general. I mean, how has nobody instantly played this clip?
Apologize to her tomorrow, Destiny. Is it maybe because you understood that what you were doing was wrong? To me, this shows that even in his incredibly drunk state, he knew that what he was doing is wrong. And obviously, being drunk does not...
And also, did you see how twitchy she got when he just touched her like arm? She was like, oh,
yeah,
God.
she was like, ah.
Instantly, she had that twitchy reaction. She's not comfortable or whatever. She's not loose. She's very like uptight and be like, oh, God. And Destiny's like, oh, I'm going to apologize to you so much tomorrow, which is what every rapist ever says, by the way.
Yeah, but let me just get one more grab, though.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. It's like, okay, man.
Absolve you of your actions. Otherwise, we wouldn't criminalize drunk driving.
You've come here to this stream to defend drunk drivers to me.
This is a common tactic with Destiny where he'll half take accountability for something, but half try to downplay it by saying, oh, I was so drunk at the time. Oh, I didn't understand how bad it was at the time. But I'm calling bullshit. You understood that what you were doing was bad, even back when you did it, because you were an adult, not a baby. According to this woman, Destiny has never directly apologized to her, even.
Wow, this is what she says. Would love an apology. This is in 2023, by the way. So when this happened in 2011, right?
Yeah.
So 12 years
back.
later, she's like, I would love an apology. I don't think he ever will. But everyone that was there, hell, even just the stream viewers could see we didn't make him drink. We were all drinking. And that isn't a pass to grab someone on live stream. The whole trip was odd. The whole trip was odd.
Destiny broke his drunk virginity too, just on a live stream, just drinking a bunch of shit. Like,
yeah,
that's also his claim. I feel like he's just lying out of his ass.
Dude.
All this is just a lie.
What was what he originally said when Ryan Beard brought this up on Twitter? Did we even see that? Like, what did he say? Where was it?
He was drunk off his ass.
Hold on, let me find it. I want to just see like when Ryan Beard flashed up his tweet on screen, right? And he's like touching her or something. Let me see. Am I just skipping over it? No. Fuck, I want to find that. I want to find what he said.
To me, this shows that even in his incredibly drunk state.
Yeah, as Internet AJ famously said, white women are the most loose. Yeah, well, not in this case.
He knew that what he was doing is wrong. And obviously being drunk does not.
Where did,
maybe
fuck.
look up like first time in the transcript, because then he said that. He was like, I was drunk for the first time.
Fuck me. All right, hold on.
Yeah, there he is, right there.
I was drunk off my ass for literally the first time in my life, and every person in that environment was enjoying it at my expense. I shouldn't have touched anyone, but please don't sit here and pretend you give a fuck about an event from 15 years ago.
So
Okay.
everyone was enjoying it at his expense. Wait, so he's also the victim too?
Yeah, so everyone made him
Fucking
drink.
loser.
They got him really wasted. He starts raping people, right? And this was
And
also
he's-
15 years ago, so it doesn't matter.
And he's the victim. What
Right.
a fucking loser.
Always the victim. This is nuts.
Tipster did drinking streams all the time and he never groped anyone.
That's a good point. That's
Tipster
true.
beats Destiny here.
You understood that what you were doing was wrong. To me, this shows that even in his incredibly drunk state, he knew that what he was doing is wrong. And obviously, being drunk does not absolve you of your actions. Otherwise, we wouldn't criminalize drunk driving.
You've come here to this stream to defend drunk drivers to me.
This is a common tactic with Destiny where he'll half take accountability for something, but half try to downplay it by saying, oh, I was so drunk at the time. Oh, I didn't understand how bad it was at the time. But I'm calling bullshit. You understood that what you were doing was bad, even back when you did it, because you were an adult, not a baby. According to this woman, Destiny has never directly apologized to her, even though she would like him to. She acknowledges that he has indirectly apologized on his stream, but my question is, did he apologize on his stream to save his reputation, or did he apologize because he was genuinely remorseful? I will allow you to answer that question for yourself as we go through more of Destiny's pattern of behavior from over the years.
Yep.
In 2012, Destiny shared private nudes of a woman he had been sexting named Blue Tea with his friends. Destiny will often claim that the reason for his actions are because he was provoked into doing them and he had no other choice.
I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand.
But here, there was no provocation. He just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends and joke about how fucking hideous her face is compared to her beautiful body.
Nice.
And he also insulted her because he thought she looked like Shrek. So he shared a woman's private nudes without consent for the purpose of degrading her. In response, Blue Tea hacked Destiny's Twitter and tweeted out pictures of his dick.
Wow.
Obviously, I condemn this woman's actions. She posted.
I mean, it's kind of hard to condemn, right? It's just doing the same thing. I mean, plus the hacking, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess one was privately in a Skype. Well, not privately. One was in a Skype call, one was on Twitter. But
oh
I mean,
my god,
you're kind of bringing it upon yourself when you.
Yeah, you're kind of going like total war mode, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like walking around in like the street with like a gun in your hand and swinging around, and then someone shoots you. It's like, well, you know, it's like it sucks, but also you're kind of like pointing the gun at people and being crazy. You know?
Yeah, it's like whoa, dude. I like that too, right? He leaks her nudes in the chat only for the reason just to be like, yeah, look at this ugly bitch, lol. That's it, right? She hacks his Twitter and leaks his dick pic to the world. I mean, that's kind of like
I thought it was the other way around also, but because I've heard of this story, but I thought it was that she did that first, and then in retaliation, he was like, "Look at this ugly bitch."
Mm.
I didn't realize it was him just being an insane lunatic.
Well, actually, is it the other way? Did Ryan Beard fuck this up, or?
I heard that it was the other way. I thought in a different video. What was that other video that covered this? We went over it,
President Sunday?
Yeah, I think in President Sunday video, he got it the other way around, but maybe I'm misremembering. But
interesting.
Revenge porn of Destiny, which is never justified. But don't forget that the situation that provoked this was Destiny maliciously sharing her nudes without her consent. On Reddit, Destiny replied to her by saying, "I can't imagine how you can think that people will never ever ever talk about anything personal or private amongst their friends. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I can't see myself caring at all if you shared pictures between your close friends, especially given the fact that
the whole world revolves around you.
Yeah.
You fucking retard. Your feelings and thoughts are the whole fucking world. Fucking retard.
Any of them in real life." So, in this comment, Destiny is admitting that he did send the nudes without consent, and he's attempting to downplay his actions. A couple years later, when one of Destiny's friends named Bob7 allegedly shared a woman's nudes without her consent, Destiny said that this should be life-destroying.
Bob7 shared nude photographs of multiple women after pressuring one to post one without their consent. But I do believe that these are relatively life-destroying revelations.
But when Destiny does it, he justifies it by saying that he wouldn't care if someone did it to him. This is known as the personal preference fallacy, arguing that something isn't wrong simply because you wouldn't care if it was personally done to you.
Well, yeah, it's because you're a fucking freak. And that's the same thing he did with Pixie, right? Where when Pixie was talking about how, like, depressed she was, Destiny was like, "Look, man, I'm a streamer. Like, drama comes and goes or whatever. You can usually just take 3 days off. And then by then, nobody usually gives a fuck other than, like, a few weirdos." Completely ignoring the fact that she and most people aren't going to give a single fuck about that. And it's also not really that true. I mean, yeah, you can persevere through controversy and scandals like that, right? But it still exists. You're just kind of existing alongside of it, right? It's not that it goes away. It's just that it's like less in your chat than it was on day one, right? So he's just completely like, he doesn't understand how like the regular like human brain works or something. It's something very weird. I don't understand what it is.
Narcissistic, psychopathic, and autistic at the same time.
Yeah.
Even if Destiny wouldn't care if someone shared his
just do a bunch of drugs and I'll go away.
Nudes, which I doubt, that doesn't make it okay for him to do it to someone else. And a couple years later, Destiny demonstrates that he knows that sharing nudes is wrong by laughing at this clip of someone explaining how it's wrong.
The guy sent the nudes to like his buddy, and the buddy sent it to the other buddy, and it just like the whole school had her nudes.
Wow,
right?
That's cray.
That in and of itself is another example of like violating consent. That even though for so long we were trained to be like, oh, consent has to do with like like sex.
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
Wait, what? Yeah. Wait, that is wrong, right?
I think Destiny's laughing at this guy because the point's so obvious. I think he's just
is that
like,
clip
no
chimped?
shit.
Yeah.
No, but I think I don't know if it's clip chimped. I think he's showing it to show like Destiny understands how obvious.
Oh,
it is.
okay. I thought he was showing it like Destiny's like sarcastic, being like, "What? That's wrong." Like, no, it's not.
No,
laughing like this.
Oh my god. Oh, you're being autistic. Okay. Well, you know what? You're sweeping.
This is him sarcastically showing that he obviously understands it's wrong. So I think even back when Destiny did this, he understood that it was wrong. He's just pretending like he didn't understand that it was wrong to avoid taking accountability for his actions. Destiny has a long history of really not liking when women post about their negative sexual experiences online. Real talk, opening up about quote-unquote your rape and shit on Twitter is incredibly fucking weird and should never have been normalized. I have no idea why the fuck people encourage others to trauma dump on social media. It's insanely unhealthy. This was in response to a woman sharing an allegation about how she was stealthed. She was allegedly having sex with a man. She had established the boundary beforehand that he needed to wear a condom during sex, but in the middle of sex, he removed the condom, which is a form of rape. I agree with Destiny that sometimes trauma dumping on social media can be unhealthy, but sharing allegations on social media obviously has the possible benefit of holding people accountable for their actions. And putting the words "your rape" in quotation marks obviously implies that he's casting some level of doubt onto her story.
So what is this Destiny take right here, right? It's like, yeah, a lot of people do trauma dump on Twitter, but like real talk, opening up about your rape and shit on Twitter is incredibly fucking weird and should never have been normalized. I mean, if you're not going to the police, then yeah, I agree with that, right? But
okay, so what is the context of this? So
he explains the
I have no idea why
context,
the
right?
fuck
It was like
people-
a streamer that was just post about I got stealth, I got raped.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Was she accusing someone else of doing it, like a streamer or something?
Yeah, she's
like.
Well, I don't know if she's accusing the person like directly or whatever, but I think she just talking about I got raped or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's right that there is like the benefit that someone could be held accountable, especially if you open it up and bring it to the public. It could like give you the possibility, even if it's just like the mental motivation of like, okay, pursue it, I guess. But we're not talking about like Tipster venting about like his wife not loving him or something. That would be different, I guess.
Yeah.
This is about, right? I mean,
question marks obviously implies that he's casting some level of doubt on.
No, she was just a random person talking about her experience without naming names. Oh, well then I can sort of see like Destiny's point here or whatever, right? I mean, not the point where he says like you're rape or whatever, right? That is implying that he just is like, oh, fuck this story, I don't believe it or whatever, right? But like, yeah, I don't know.
if someone wants to talk about it, I mean, I guess they can, but I understand what he's saying where it's like, it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
To do it on social media.
To just
that is
word
true.
vomit about like an incredibly personal story there.
Yeah.
Onto her story. It's one thing to wait to see evidence before you fully believe someone's story that they post on social media. It's another thing to instantly cast doubt.
Why is Connor Ducker? Sorry if already mentioned.
Dude, Connor just
no one's talked about that yet. Wait, that's the first time someone noticed it.
Dude, Connor said fuck the lies, dude.
On their story just because you're annoyed that they decided to post about it on social media. This controversy started because Destiny had retweeted someone who tweeted, "If you knew he took off the condom and you couldn't even bring yourself to say anything, you shouldn't be having casual sex."
Wow.
What? Mindwaves TV. You know, this person tweeted me the other day and they were like, AugieRFC, you say a lot of dumb shit, but this take might be the dumbest, because I posted just some like general like anti-porn take or whatever, right? And I guess because he's like a lefty, he's like just majorly addicted to porn or just a massive gooner or something like that. I mean,
he just loves it.
He's a Destiny fan, right? So he was like, you say a lot of dumb shit, but this is the dumbest, right? Meanwhile, this is what he was saying? What? Mindwaves, what is this? This is who's calling me a dumbass on Twitter and saying that I have bad takes?
You support rape? I mean,
Interesting.
This is worse than anything you said.
Yeah, my take was porn bad. His take? I don't know about this one, buddy.
Rape good.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Couldn't even bring yourself to say anything, you shouldn't be
Very, very interesting. Okay.
having casual sex. A bunch of people got mad at Destiny for retweeting this, so then he tweeted, "If you are noticing someone is taking a condom off and you can't say anything, you probably don't have the emotional maturity to engage in sex. You should probably just grab a caretaker or something and stick to masturbating to furry porn."
What? Why is he so mad about this entire situation, right? A woman who comes out and is like, I got stealth, beyond just saying like, hey, you shouldn't like just vomit, dump your trauma onto Twitter to a bunch of strangers or whatever, right? Yeah, sure, that part I can actually kind of agree with. But this part where it's like, he's getting mad at the actual, you think stealthing is rape? Like, you think stealthing is wrong? He's just like needlessly defending it. Like, you should have noticed or whatever, right? It's like, what?
Well, I'm also surprised. It's like, you don't have the emotional maturity. It's like completely throwing out the window the possibility that that could happen. And then the person's like, what the fuck? Like, this person's raping me, which is what happens.
Right.
Don't people shut off when they get raped? I mean, isn't that like a common thing?
Well, they're going to get into that
happen.
in this video. Destiny says that that's bullshit, that doesn't happen on stealthing at least. Because stealthing isn't rape. It's just like, it's some stupid, you should notice and just be like, oh, what the fuck, dude? And just fucking leave or whatever, right?
Yeah, you should push them out of you and
Yeah.
say fuck you and then move on.
Sorry. People got even more mad at this tweet, so then he tweeted, "Sorry, I want to apologize for my last tweet. You should treat every single woman you come across like a retarded child who's incapable of voicing an opinion about literally anything. Ideally, you would bring her dad along to every fuck so he can guide her through the process."
Bro, what is this meltdown?
First of all, she did clearly assert her boundaries before sex. She just struggled to reassert her boundaries when this man started raping her because this made her so uncomfortable. I agree that if you struggle to reassert your boundaries during sex, this could make it more likely that you would end up being harmed during sex. And we should obviously encourage people to assert their boundaries during sex as much as they possibly can. But rather than show empathy for women who struggle to tell men to stop because they're so terrified while they're being raped, Destiny decides to insult these women's emotional maturity and call them retarded children.
Dude, what is going on here? This is from a male feminist guy? Okay.
What a weird sex pest fucking freak, right?
And look at how emotional he gets. Like, this was like a discourse for him for like a whole week. He was so personally affected by this. He had multiple tweets, multiple strings of debate about this. Like, he really got ass mad when he saw like somebody talking about being raped, and he's like, "What? This isn't rape? You're a fucking retard. Fuck you." It's just, all right, bro, chill.
It's also like the concept as a whole is just like, obviously when the guy does that, if you're establishing you want to have safe sex without it being raw, you want to have condom, you want to be protected. When the guy completely violates that, it's like,
you don't know what he's capable of. You're like, whoa, okay, so you
like,
clearly
holy
don't
shit.
give a fuck. What else do you not give a fuck about? Are you gonna like?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when somebody just doesn't give a fuck at all. You know what I mean? Then at that point, it's kind of like, well, anything could go now. I mean, shit.
Destiny decides
This guy might be a psychopath. This guy might cut me up to 50 pieces after he
he's already
rapes me.
proved that he's already proved he's a psychopath by completely violating that boundary.
Yeah, so
he already is. He is a psychopath at that point.
So you're telling me like it's unreasonable to think like somebody might freeze up in that situation, like a woman especially, right?
Of course.
I mean, it seems reasonable to me, right? Just based on the fact that you're in a situation that you did not consent to in the first place, and that guy doesn't give a fuck, right? Shit. Damn.
to insult
It's
these
crazy.
women's emotional maturity and call them retarded children. According to a neuroscience article in the journal Nature Human Behavior, victims frequently report immobility during rape and sexual assault, often using the term freezing. Neuroscientific evidence suggests fear and threat can block cortical neural circuits for action control.
Chat, should I get a prismatic evolution box or a 151 box?
I don't even know what any of that is, but thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. By the way,
Prismatic evolution.
we are going to hit that goal, guys. We are going to hit the goal. Make sure to support the goal, smash the goal, destroy the goal. We've hit all the goals today. Can we hit another
Every
one?
goal has been hit. We've never failed one.
Oh my God.
Control, leading to involuntary immobility.
This dude is so happy that he gets to finally dunk on Destiny.
I know, right? I mean, I know, like, obviously, yeah, it's like base, but you can tell, like, a lot of people, including Ryan Beard or whatever, were like, he's done. Yes. It's like,
finally!
You know, like the image, like the stock image of the person breaking the chains and like, I'm free now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what everyone who's ever been dunked on by Destiny thought at that, like the day that he got fucking busted. They were like, I am free now. No longer can this guy stomp on me anymore. You know?
And this sort of immobility can
I
manifest.
think Polis tweeted that too. Like when Doc on the radio stopped doing Spurgler, Polis was like, I'm
my
free!
Yes, finally!
Free from what?
Getting
as
shot
physical
on.
immobility or verbal immobility. A 2017 Scandinavian study reported that 70% of the 298 women who had visited an emergency clinic within a month of experiencing sexual violence had experienced significant tonic immobility or paralysis when it happened. So when women struggle to reassert their boundaries while they're being raped, this isn't because they're children with no emotional maturity. There are actual neurological reasons for this behavior. When the streamer Hans of Harkir brings up the fact that these women could be having a freeze response when they experience stealthing, Destiny disregards this and says that a victim couldn't possibly have a freeze response just from seeing a man take his condom off.
Okay, based on what? Your balls?
Their fault for having casual relations, harlot.
Yep, exactly.
Freeze up is some shit where you're like in a fucking traumatic situation and somebody's doing some crazy shit. Not like you look down and you see that some asshole is trying to slip a condom off. Like, oh, I'm frozen out. I can't fucking think. I don't take the condom off. I'm fucking completely frozen. Bro, what
Is this
Yeah,
guy
he just opened you up to unwanted pregnancies and STDs. That doesn't mean anything to you at all.
Is this guy like 12 years old? Like, what the fuck is his take?
This guy's like such a gooner, but has no concept of safe sex, like at all. Like,
Well, it's
how retarded is he?
yeah, it's so weird or whatever. And again, it's because he doesn't care about STDs or anything like that. So why the fuck would anyone else care, man?
What the fuck kind of 14-year-olds are you fucking? No, are you serious?
What?
But according to a 2010 study titled Facing Freeze, Social Threat Induced Bodily Freeze in Humans, even negative social interactions can trigger a psychological freeze response in some people. The more fear someone is experiencing, the more likely they are to have a freeze response, but even a moderate amount of fear can still induce a psychological freeze response. And seeing someone non-consensually removing their condom during sex after you've established that they need to wear a condom absolutely could cause enough fear to induce a freeze response. The way that Destiny chooses to mock these women who claim that they do have a freeze response while being stealthed is just really fucking gross. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I'm frozen out! I can't fucking think! I don't take the condom off! I'm fucking completely frozen!
I think this is from the person who is the retarded child. They said, I've actually been raped, and saying no just made him rape me harder. I noticed what happened after he pulled out. This is not incomprehensible that I would just walk away from that situation.
It sounds like she needs to stop having casual sex.
To be clear,
Okay, I mean,
okay, that's an interesting response. Damn.
I mean, okay. I don't know what.
Yeah, if you've been, I mean, yeah, I guess if you've been raped twice, you know.
You probably should stop having casual sex, but that's funny that that's his immediate response while laughing, by the way.
Right. Like,
That's just
okay. I mean,
insane.
you're just moving past the point, right? It's like,
Yeah, being raped isn't a part of casual sex. Also, that is kind of true. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Destiny should stop having. Have you seen like all the casual sex he's had? Like, that has almost ruined his career like 30 times, and now has actually ruined his career. So it's like, of all the people to even lobby that criticism to.
I don't think that Destiny is saying it's okay to stealth people, but I do think he is choosing to mock women for something that is outside of their control. Obviously, women do have some level of control over reasserting their boundaries during sex, and we should always encourage people to assert their boundaries as much as possible. But if someone is struggling to reassert their boundaries because of a freeze response when someone is raping them, maybe we shouldn't call them retarded children. After this controversy, the absolutely brilliant trans activist known as Keffels decided to make a false allegation against Destiny. She claimed that Destiny himself had stealthed a woman.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane.
As far as we know, this is totally untrue.
False. Keffels is correct. Okay, Destiny has.
To make it up bullshit.
Keffels vindicated.
Destiny himself has not stealthed a woman. He was just a massive asshole to a woman who was stealthed. To give Keffels credit, she did acknowledge soon after this that she was wrong, and Destiny...
Also, I like how Destiny's advice to this woman was stop opening up to Twitter about incredibly personal shit, right? Meanwhile, he's also the reason why you shouldn't do that, because he just made her entire story discourse for a week and just took the most cancerous position of all time, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He actually didn't stealth anyone.
Wait, I don't know if he did it. Wait, backing up, I don't actually know if he did it.
But
Keffels is such a retard.
Maybe consider trying to be really sure before you make these types of allegations against people. Destiny is correct that spreading false allegations like this absolutely does undermine the cause of the left. Making this false allegation against Destiny allowed him to shift his focus onto your false allegation instead of focusing on the fact that he was a massive asshole to this woman who was stealthed. Unfortunately, many of the people who have tried to take down Destiny over the years haven't been the sharpest tools in the shed. Speaking of tools in the shed, let's talk about the time that Destiny tweeted that he hopes a woman is raped to death with a shovel. In 2015, the porn star Stoya tweeted allegations that the male porn star James Dean had raped her. This tweet really upset Destiny because, as we've established, he really does not like it when women talk about their negative sexual experiences online.
Holy shit.
Oh my. Anytime a woman, he's like, wait, stop. He's just freaking out.
Does the Keffel Destiny tape release?
Ugh. Why would you ever put that in my mind? By the way, I saw somebody in the chat put new Bobeck's picture dropped. We're not looking at that, and nobody in this chat should look at it. He obviously is posting that because we're live, and we said earlier we're gonna.
He only ever posts pictures of himself when we're fucking live.
It's very deliberate and it's very obvious. So don't give him don't fall for the fucking bait.
Jesus, why not file a fucking police report instead of tweeting this? You're fucking disgusting. What a fucking idiot at Stoya.
What if she did though? How do you know?
Yeah.
And why is he so mad? That's the other thing. What? Holy shit! Why not file a fucking police report? You're fucking disgusting. Why would
You're
you?
disgusting?
Why
is
is she disgusting? Okay, why?
Stephen Bennell, why don't you write us a long list of everything you feel a survivor of rape should do? Then I'll use it to wipe my ass. Survivor of rape. It's rape, not murder, not beheading,
What?
not a fatal car crash. Everyone survives rape. Get over yourself.
Oh yeah, this has to be a troll. Come on.
He's trolling.
He has to be just shit posting at this point, right? So you're a survivor of rape. You can't survive. Everyone survives rape.
We all know what that means, man.
Not
It's
really.
We also all know what that means. Like when you say survivor of rape, it means you're like, you're coming out about your story. You're someone who went through the
This
trauma.
has to be fucking just a total shit
It
post.
has to be either death or living, is his thought.
Yeah.
Survivor of rape here. Hello. Want to talk about how hard it is to go on every day? Kill yourself so you don't have to live with the pain.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
So rape survivors should just get over it because at least they didn't die. And if they're dealing with a lot of pain or trauma because of their rape, they should just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Because if they
DJ Screwdriver also says, "How can you survive murder?" Yeah, well, I'm a murder survivor. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
You're just furiously typing away all night long. Just kill yourself. Fuck all of you. Fuck, just having a total fucking meltdown. Okay.
Two rape fucking victims, by the way.
Yeah, of all the people, by the way, of all the group, I'm gonna go after a group tonight. What should I go after? Muslims, Jews, religious people, fucking a fandom of this group, whatever. Rape survivors. That's who we're gonna go after tonight. Fuck it.
Like, what the fuck?
Interesting. The pain will stop. Very cool, Steven. I have no idea why anyone has ever accused you of being a rape apologist. This should go without saying, but obviously it's good for rape survivors to file police reports to hold rapists accountable, but police reports don't always lead to rapists being held accountable for their actions, which is why sometimes it's good to post about it on social media. At least Destiny will be happy that the woman he allegedly recorded while they were having sex without her knowledge did file a police report against Destiny. Good
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
job, Cherry. You have done things in the Destiny-approved way. Right after this, Destiny got into an argument with another woman about how James Dean didn't respect Stoya's safe word. As Stephen Bennell, ignoring a safe word and not stopping when someone asks is ignoring consent and is rape. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, that's
Kill your-
true. That's basic. Okay. Okay.
yourself, you fucking cunt. I hope you get raped with a fucking shovel until you bleed out your fucking vag and die. Holy.
What a complete
Holy shit.
lunatic.
Wow.
What a complete fucking insane
Oh
person.
my god, dude. This is just insane.
with a fucking shovel until you bleed out your fucking vag and die.
Okay.
Holy. This right here is probably the most violent, vitriolic language that I have ever seen Destiny use in his entire career on the internet.
think?
And it just so happens to be in response to women talking about their negative sexual experiences. My question after seeing all of this is, why does Destiny have such an intense hatred for women talking about their negative sexual experiences on the internet? Is it because he just cares so much about these women and he doesn't want them to harm their own mental health because trauma dumping on the internet can be really damaging for them? Or is it maybe because a culture where women feel comfortable coming forth with allegations on the internet can lead to women like Pixie and Cherry and Melina
Oh my
coming forth
God.
with allegations against people
Holy
like Destiny, exposing
Dude.
them for being massive pieces
brutal.
of shit? I will
Oh.
again allow you to answer that question for yourself. We'll get back to Destiny treating women like shit a little bit later on, but now let's pivot.
Wasn't Destiny complaining about commentary being anti-Me Too? Oh yeah, remember earlier when Destiny was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you guys were all, yeah,
Innocent until
anti-Me,
proven guilty.
yeah,
Anti-Me Too.
or whatever. Oh my god, man.
To Destiny harming children for some strange reason.
All right, well, if we had enough about Destiny harassing women, we're moving on to children now. Let's go.
Yes.
A lot of people like to label Destiny here a pedophile. So in the next section, we'll get to the bottom of whether or not Mr. Bonnell here really is a certified EDP 445. Is Destiny really a pedo, or are these just false, slanderous allegations
This is brutal.
That's what I was telling you guys. It was a bit of a slow burn at the start, but like we're getting into it now. I mean, this video just decimates him. You know what I mean? And the other thing too, I will say this. I do remember seeing some of those screenshots and, you know, everyone was just saying, oh, Destiny's based because he said edgy words or whatever. But when you look at the actual context of it, he's just melting down. You know what I mean? He's having a meltdown and he's also a sex pest. So the context of him melting down because of women coming out about their stories, right? On one hand, you can be like, oh, it's base. He's telling them to get raped. Oh, that's fucking awesome. But on the other hand, it's just like an angry, delusional sex pest spurting out on the internet, which I mean...
Yeah, calling women names and shit because they're like, I got raped. He's like, fuck you and kill yourself.
Yeah, I'm not taking away the comedic value of it, but it's less comedic value of like, haha, Destiny's the awesome guy in this interaction. It's more so, wow, Destiny's actually a sex pest lolcow here. Like, just total... It just has no disregard for human life, and it's just a total fucking nutter. Total nutcase. Nutto, one could say.
Meant to try to dethrone the debate bro king. Let's find out.
All right, Destiny into harming children, question mark. By the way, we are 3 chats away from smashing that goal, guys. Can we do it?
Guys, please donate. Please.
2012, when Destiny was 23, he shared in a group chat with a couple of his friends the messages, you want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15.
Well, okay, when we say sickest shit in the world, are we saying that in a positive or negative way?
This is the sickest shit of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it could be both, or it could be either one, you know? What do we mean by that? You guys want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15. Or do you guys want to see some really sick shit? Honestly, it's like fucked up. Like, which one is it? You know? It's like, I can't tell.
I don't know.
Fine, here, take the money.
Oh my God,
thank you for that.
Oh my
God. She
God.
wanted to meet and hook up. Dude, she's 15. What the fuck? But she sent me pictures that made it so hard to say no.
Aww.
Then Destiny linked a picture of this girl in a bikini in the chat and said, girl on the left, so hard to say no. Gonna get arrested one of these MLGs, man.
Dude. You just can't say that. You just cannot do that.
Dude. Come on, man. He likes... What's wrong with liking younger women? Like, what's even? I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of what the sweep here is, right? Like, on our like, what do you say if you're like sympathetic to Destiny here?
The sweep is that he did say no, so it's fine.
Okay, got it.
It's the Mr. Girl take where it's like everyone's attracted to 15-year-olds, but you just, you know, you have to stop yourself.
Sharing the images and gooning over it specifically.
So in these logs, when Destiny was 23, he said that it was really hard to turn down hooking up with this 15-year-old because she looked so good in this picture of her.
Queeman is gay.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
In a bikini. He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's gonna get arrested someday. Well, like
worth getting arrested for, some might say.
Okay.
Yo. Hey, but he knew the age here, though, immediately from the start. He actually seems to really enjoy. Is that going too far?
Is that the point?
Yes.
Of that?
Saying that he enjoys the age or something? I don't know. This is fucked.
He a fan. He a fan.
Yeah.
Like I said, a woman just filed a police report against Destiny, so we'll just have to wait and see if his prediction comes true. A couple years later, in 2015, when Destiny was 26, he shared in his chat, I would fuck the shit out of that 15-year-old. What the fuck? There's no way that chick is 15.
Okay, dude. It just gets worse.
Come on.
Dude, this is crazy. I would get what?
Supporting goal. Also TDD.
Good timing on that one. Yeah, it's TDD time, dude. Come on, man.
I would F that shit out of it. That's just... What? Why would you even type this? Why would you even type this?
What's the point? And this is dated 2015.
10 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, 4 years after you raped somebody on stream. Or assaulted.
Oh, yeah. Actually true.
Yeah.
It's been a sex fest forever.
Dude.
Now we've seen 2 separate occasions where Destiny says that he's attracted to 15-year-olds. Ironically, this conversation where he's sharing a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini with his friends is the exact same conversation where he also shared that other woman's nudes without her consent.
Dude, so he was just that was a long chat, you know?
He was gooning about all the women that give him attention. That was that chat was.
And
that was the goon chat.
Well, specifically about the underage ones. Has he talked about it? Did he also talk about women over the age at all? Or was this just like a...
Well, yeah, he did, but that was when he was sharing their nudes unconsensually.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Ryan Beard's saying. So
that's...
overage ones,
got it. Okay, that one.
The overage ones were all unconsensual nude sharing. The underage were still sharing, not nudes, but gooning to the underage.
Interesting.
Sharing non-consensual nudes and sharing a picture of a child in a bikini in one conversation? What a certified Destiny moment. This is what we in the business call a Diddy-stiny party. A common defense that Destiny fans will give when he says that he wants to have sex with children is that he's just joking. For example, these tweets where he says, "You were hot at 10? Any pics? Check DMs. Jesus, I've never wanted to bend someone over the hood of their little tyke so bad." I do think these tweets are jokes, very strange jokes, but I don't think...
I mean, yeah, the Courtney one is obviously a joke, mostly because Courtney's not 10, you know?
Yeah.
But
no, that was obviously a troll. That's a Bo Black's moment to get mad at that. But he seems to be making the point, like, I think that's a joke, but this fucking isn't. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that him saying he wanted to hook up with this 15-year-old was a joke. You know,
it's not a joke if you're actually sending the pictures and really gooning to it. You know what I mean?
Along with like nude photos of other girls. Yeah, it's not a joke anymore.
Yeah.
That classic prank where you send your friends pictures of kids in bikinis and say how hot you find them as a joke. And to help prove that this wasn't a joke, here are some clips of Destiny doubling down on his attraction to this 15-year-old in a debate with someone named Mr. Mediker.
Of course, of this chat log, I was talking with a bunch of other esports guys, and we were basically talking...
Yo!
Goal. He ain't he like US. He ain't he like US.
He ain't like us, yeah.
Yes, the goal. Oh my god,
dude,
thank you guys
we
so much.
hit the fucking goal. Oh, he never hits goals. Oh yeah? Well, guess what? Guess fucking what? I just hit the goal. Okay?
Where are they all in the chat? It's kind of quiet in the chat right now.
You know what?
Where's the haters in the chat?
You know what? I'm gonna do it again. Okay? I'm hitting the fucking goal. All right? And if we hit the goal again, I'm going to go fucking crazy on drugs, dude.
Okay.
We're popping a tab. We're doing it. Yeah, that's right. We hit the goal.
About how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous. I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit, and it's like you have to be really careful when you navigate that.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this, I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I think
Wait, how old was she?
She said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old?
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify. And I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But
in swimwear?
Yeah.
So you're getting swimwear pics from 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Pedophile.
Is that really
You're
a hell yeah moment? Yeah, dude. It's pretty pretty fucking awesome.
Unremorseful, gooning, hard, thinking about it.
And then he says, like, my life is fucking crazy, man. I was like a rock star. I was fucking kids. It was great. Oops. No.
So you're getting swimwear pics from 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. Shit is fuck.
So, in these clips, he says that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck. And he admits to sharing a picture of this 15-year-old in a bikini to his friends. So, is Destiny a pedophile? Well, he admitted that he finds some 15-year-olds hot as fuck, and he sent his friends a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini because he found her so attractive. A lot of arguments with Destiny about pedophilia end up getting wrapped up in semantic debates about labels instead of focusing on the facts of the matter. If you call Destiny a pedo for being attracted to a 15-year-old, he'll launch into a tirade about how, pedophilia is the attraction to prepubescent children and 15-year-olds are post-pubescent. So therefore, by calling me a pedo, So you have slandered me. So then you go, okay, I guess you're not a pedophile, you're an ephebophile, because ephebophilia is the attraction to teenagers aged 15 to 19. So then he'll go, no. Ephebophilia is the primary attraction to mid to late adolescents. I'm mostly attracted to adults. I'm just a little bit attracted to children.
There are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck.
So therefore, I am not an ephebophile, and you have slandered me yet again. Also, there's nothing inherently wrong with ephebophilia, because 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds fall under the category of ephebophilia, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to adults, so your normative position condemning ephebophilia in its entirety is already a flawed premise. And even if I was a pedophile, there's nothing wrong with being attracted to children. It's only bad if you act on that attraction. So therefore, you have slandered me in countless ways, and my community will now harass you for years. See how you've now had an exhausting 20-minute debate about labels instead of focusing on the fact that Destiny admitted to being attracted to some children and admitted to acting on that attraction by sending a picture of a child in a bikini to his friends. This is the debate bro way. Crush your opponent through pedantic arguments about semantics so you never have to actually take accountability for your actions.
Exactly, dude. Bro is spitting here so hard. It's like
that's so true. And after years and years of the same exact debate over and over and over again, it's so obvious what it is.
It's like, do we really need to fucking define everything all the fucking time, you know? It's just so stupid. It's just a waste of time. That's why I hate fucking debate culture. I always like telling Aiden, I'm like, dude, this shit sucks. Shit's just ass.
As far as we know, I don't think Destiny falls under the clinical definition of pedophile, but the colloquial definition of pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, and Destiny is at least somewhat attracted to children.
There are some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older.
Destiny
I can't help that shit.
Shit, it's not my fault. It's never my fault, you know? They look hot, it's not my fault. The 15-year-olds?
It is your fault when you start sending the pictures to other people out and tweeting about it. Isn't that a little bit what we're talking about?
Defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means. Go look it up.
What, huh? Even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what a pedophile means. Go look it up. What? Bang?
This is some defender of his, I guess, just a DGGer saying,
no, that's Destiny's own fucking Twitter or his own Reddit.
I thought this was a random.
What? Hold on, I gotta back this up. 1 second.
Defended another
look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older.
Destiny defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means.
Bang a 14-year-old.
Full penetration and sex.
What?
Is not.
How? Wait, I'm so lost. How is that not pedophilia? Fucking a kid is not pedophilia? What? Huh?
He says, seriously, if you don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they're young, you have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look uneducated. So he's just doing this sort of debate of,
oh, this person only fucked a kid because of the power. They wanted the power. Or
no, it's because the 14-year-old looked mature. So when he was fucking her,
that's even a worse argument.
He was thinking of like an adult, is what the argument is.
Dude.
He wasn't actually thinking that she was 14. That's unironically his take.
This
I'm just repeating
is
his take.
psycho. What the hell?
Go look it up. Seriously, if you don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they are young, you have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look uneducated. I really want to see someone use this argument in court. Your Honor, I didn't have sex with that baby because I'm attracted to babies. I had sex with that baby because it just so happened to be a really hot baby. Most babies are not hot, but every once in a while, one of those extra special babies rolls their stroller on past my goon cave, and I just can't help myself. But this does not make me a pedophile. You look really uneducated right now. You know what, Destiny? You can feel free to have your pedantic...
Diorio defended this tweet, by the way. Stop. Come on.
Come on.
You gotta link that. Link. I need to see that. There's no way. It's from iBullyBullies, too. Hold on. There's no way.
Someone send it.
Shut the fuck up. There's no way.
Definition of pedophile that only applies to being specifically attracted.
I'm getting my fucking broom out immediately, okay?
We got to sweep for Fatty. Come on.
Show me the tweet so I can fucking sweep it up. There's no way.
To prepubescent children because of the fact that they are prepubescent, and
Fatty knew about all of this.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I can say that I think you are a freak for saying as a 26-year-old that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck, and for as a 23-year-old sharing around a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini. Deal? The next child-related Destiny incident is when him and his friends, the Bro Squad, watched an 8-year-old boy shake his penis for them on a live stream.
I shouldn't tell this because I'm gonna get fucking arrested. Or Child Protective Services. I used to be part of this horrible thing called the Bro Squad, okay? Fucking me, if you remember that fucking Cheeks bitch, and fucking a couple other people that have never been on my stream before, we're part of the Bro Squad, and what we would do is we would go around Justin TV streams, trolling the shit out of these people. And we went around from fucking channel to channel, like fucking around. Like it was just horrible shit. We went to this channel with this fucking like, this kid was like 8 years old, and he was fucking broing out with everybody in this chat. For whatever fucking reason, this kid decides to fucking take his pants off and fucking wiggle his 8-year-old dick on stream.
Wow.
Why is he like dying about this? He's just like, holy shit, this is hilarious. It's like,
this is the funniest thing ever to him.
Is it? What?
I love that he assumes that he just like obfuscates the reason that it happened. For whatever reason, this just happened. I don't know about you, but I don't think that like kids of that age randomly pull their dick out.
Yeah.
Unless they're like unless it's like talked about, right? I mean, maybe, but I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This clip just like fucking. This clip is so AIDS too because like obviously the automatic sweep you can do is that, well, Destiny's saying it was wrong and it was fucked up and he left the Bro Squad right after this. But it's like the way that he recollects this event, right? And you could be like, oh, well, he's laughing because of how outrageous the situation was. But then it's like, well, okay, why didn't he click off of the stream immediately? Like I'm sorry, but if I'm watching fucking twitch.tv/fucking tipster or whatever, right? And some 8-year-old kid shaking his dick on the, I'm closing the tab. I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting out of there, right? And I'm not looking at it like, whoa, dude, holy shit.
Sawing up,
and then I'm like, ha, this is hilarious. Wow. Oh my God, there's an 8-year-old shaking his. No, that's not the reaction you give out. You know?
It just makes no sense. It's insane.
Dude. Oh, man.
He's plugged up, straight buzzing. Oh, in this clip? Yeah, probably, actually.
Dude, he's plugged up.
Recollecting this.
I can't even believe it. Oh, my fucking God. It was like, I didn't even know, like, we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit. Like, we had to do, like, a double take because we didn't even fucking know, like, what the fuck was on. Like, we were looking at, like, an 8-year-old dick, like, on the fucking screen. And his fucking brother... And his brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room. And this guy was like fucking 14 years old. He had his shirt off and he was like this, like watching this stream the entire.
His brother, 14 years old, we called him Captain Push-Ups. So they had like a name for this guy. Was this like a group of kids they would often troll to the point
That's
where
what it seems like. They called him Captain Push-Ups. I mean, at least this lasted for a while. This wasn't like if it was a one-time event, it lasted long enough that they developed a nickname for him. It wasn't just like they're hopping from stream to stream. They go on a stream for 20 seconds. The kid whips his dick out. They go, holy shit. They go to the next one.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a little bit less. I mean, sometimes, I guess that could happen. This is something that they did for a long time.
It seems like this was like a group of kids, or at least a couple kids, that they would troll frequently. And each time they would troll them, they get them to do like more crazier and crazier shit until it led up to this moment. And then at that point, they were like, holy shit. This is insane. And then that's when Destiny was like, all right, guys, that's all. I gotta draw the line here. I'm gonna dip, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, again, I'm inferring, to be totally honest with you guys, obviously I'm inferring that. I don't really know that to be the story, but that's what it sounds like to me, at least from watching this. Like, bro,
entire time and shit. Oh my god.
As far as what Destiny says in this clip, they didn't ask the child to pull his pants down, but I still think it's very bad that him and his bro squad didn't immediately click off of this live stream the second that this child exposed himself. If a child exposes themselves to you, I think you have a moral responsibility to immediately click away from that shit. But I guess Destiny and his bro squad thought it was really funny to sit and laugh while staring at an 8-year-old's penis. Next, a couple years later,
Just love how I love this video so much because Ryan Beard he just tells you what Destiny did. You know, there's no needed fluff to it.
Connor, hope you guys are doing awesome today.
Yo, what's up?
Have my gambling money that I just won.
Thank you.
Friendly reminder to like and subscribe.
Hey, yeah, hit the like button. We don't promote that enough. Hit the like button. Appreciate that.
So true.
Plan to kill a kid.
But no, I love this video so much because Ryan will just tell you what Destiny did and just let it speak for itself. He doesn't spend, and a lot of these like leftist guys will spend like an over amount of time just telling you like why the obvious bad thing is bad, and they'll virtue signal about it and they'll just give you all this fluff. He doesn't. He's just like, I guess Destiny thought looking at an 8-year-old dick was funny. All right, next clip. And it's like you watch it and it has more of an impact that way because it's like, wow, okay, shit.
I don't know why he did think that was funny. That's actually insane.
Kid. Apparently, this kid was DDoSing Destiny's website. DDoSing is when you overwhelm a website with fake internet traffic, causing it to shut down. And because Destiny's website was shut down, he was no longer able to make money from it.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Dude.
Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude.
Connor, you ever been DDoS before? It's frustrating as fuck. I mean, have some sympathy, right?
I really just wanted to go down there and kill him and his family.
And family.
Okay. And family is crazy.
That was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking you had no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything.
Okay. So this is one story I have heard about before, but I never heard the extent of it, right? So the story that I always heard was like some kid kept DDoSing him a million times, right? Was DDoSing him for months on end, right? He couldn't stream, he couldn't make any money. He was basically just broke for a few months, right? And because of that, he wanted to kill a kid or something, right? In my head, I always thought that was like, yeah, reasonable or base, right? I was just like, yeah, I'd want to kill the kid too, right? I didn't know he was actually planning it out with multiple guys, doxing the kid, figuring out how he would carry out the plan. I didn't know it went that far. In my head, I'm thinking like as like an intrusive thought. And it's not even like a serious intrusive thought. You know what I mean? It's just like, I want to kill this guy. I'm mad. You know, like that type of, which is reasonable for DDoSing, right?
Yeah, well, it's nothing that crazy. Yeah.
You know,
but no, he's like, I mapped out the roads of his neighborhood and I wanted to kill his dad too.
Yeah.
Just because.
That part is just like, I didn't hear the extent of it. It's like, okay. And the way he describes it is like, I got so close or whatever, right? It's kind of cringe too, because he's trying to sound like a badass, hard ass or something. Like it's like, oh, I was so crazy. Or something, right? It's just like, dude,
it just sounds like a retard.
You're a grown ass man, you know. It comes across as like, you know, you couldn't play Rocket League and because this kid was making you so mad, you want to kill him. It's like you just sound like an idiot, you know.
Yeah.
Destiny obviously never went through with killing this kid, but the fact that he legitimately planned to kill him is unhinged.
Were you really considering it? Yeah, of course. It's actually kind of scary, like how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. How old was the kid in relation?
Hi, I miss you.
Nice.
Come home. I won't tell Tom more lyrics.
Awesome.
To you, I think the kid was probably 16. I think I was 22.
Destiny has defended this
16,
to this
by
day,
the way.
saying that if someone is stopping you from making money, this justifies killing them, even if they're a child.
If you came outside every single day and some guy was slashing your tires and he wouldn't stop and you called the police and nobody wanted to do anything, just by having proof for it, you're like, well, I'm gonna have to attack this dude and maybe even kill him. Yeah, sure, go for it.
Thoughts? Thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, every day, yeah, sure. One time, no, it's fucking insane. if every single day someone is fucking you in the ass, then
Well, okay, but that's the argument, though, right? Is like this kid was, at least according to Destiny, attacking him every day for months, right?
Yeah, I mean, I understand being upset and feeling that desire, but
yeah,
actually planning it out is
just feeling that primal
Can't you
rage.
get like a job or something, or
yeah,
I mean, I don't know, or work around it? I mean, he's getting DDoS. Like, is he really not able to protect himself?
Yeah, there's nothing you can
I don't
do.
know.
I mean, this was like the days of the early internet, so maybe there wasn't any other method or something. I don't even know. This is like the first year of Twitch or something existing. So, but again, like even if it was right, let's say this happened like 2009 or something. I don't know when Twitch started, or when live streaming as a career became a thing. But Destiny does credit himself as being one of the first live streamers, right? So that is a risk that he took. Nowadays, I mean, even still, being a content creator and being a live streamer as like your main profession is still risky, because technically it's not super like a well-defined job. You know what I mean? It's people say like, oh, YouTube and content creation isn't like a real job, right? That's sort of kind of true, because, you know, at any point you can just get banned and it all just like completely disappears. You know what I mean? But that's a risk he took back then, year one of this even being possible to make a living from, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's not,
and then he got fucked with, and then it's like that justifies
like you didn't
homicide.
think in like 2009, like this extremely brand new experimental way of making money over the internet, live stream yourself playing video games. You were just like all in, balls deep or whatever, right? And you didn't think there'd be possibly any sort of risk, like your internet going out or websites crashing or something, whatever problems would have existed back then. I don't know.
Obviously.
Well, I especially get, and then the thing that makes it worse is him talking about the dad. I mean, that just makes it insane, because now it just goes beyond like a vendetta you have against one person. He's just like, I want everyone to go down. It's like,
well, I think he's saying that because he wrote an email to like the kid's dad or something, right? He was like, get your fucking stupid son to stop or whatever, right? And then the dad just told him like, fuck off or something.
oh wow, okay,
yeah. So I think that's why.
So that justifies it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I will say, out of all of the stuff you can go after Destiny for, I find this to be one of the weaker ones. Although I never heard how like in detail Destiny went, like planning it out and then even justifying it 10 years later, right? Like 10 years later, somebody asked, like, did you really plan to kill the kid? And he's like, yeah. Obviously.
Augie loves NIG.
Okay, dude.
All right.
Good one.
Thank you, Tyrone 9000 best chatter.
That someone maliciously taking away your primary source of income is incredibly bad, but I think there are a lot of other possible avenues you could explore before jumping to the nuclear option of shooting a child. As much as it obviously sucks to lose your income, I think if you need to choose between killing a child in cold blood and losing your Twitch revenue, you're just gonna need to put the fries in the bag and get a new job.
Yeah.
The next child-related Destiny incident is when he encouraged an infamous lolly or drawn CP artist to draw a picture of his 6-year-old child.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
This
that can't be
artist
real.
is a man named Shadman. You might recognize Shadman.
Of course, the Shadman shows up in every fucking drama, dude.
There's no way that's too deranged.
From the recent controversy with Ava Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast, who was a really big fan of Shadman's work. Shadman has a long history of drawing pornographic images of actual children, including Keemstar's daughter, and because Destiny was aware of this, he encouraged Shadman to draw a pornographic image of his 6-year-old son. This controversy started because Destiny had been insulting the YouTube animation community. In response, Shadman made this drawing of Destiny to make fun of him, so Destiny then responded to Shadman by tweeting, "Hey at Shadbase, if drawing fan art of me is a tad uncomfortable, you could try drawing my son. He's only 6, so it should be easier for you."
Wait, what? So he's trying to like own Shadbase, right? And be like, oh, hey, lolly artist. But then he uses his real life son as the own, right? You could have just said like, hey, Shadbase, instead of drawing me, why don't you go draw another 6-year-old, you sick fuck? Then it would have made sense, right? Then it would have been like, oh yeah, you're owning him because he's a pedophile, right?
Yeah.
But instead you use your own son? What?
That's just not.
It like ruins the fucking own. Like now you just look like a fucking weird retard. What?
Yeah, why would you bring him into this?
Yeah, hello?
To try to be good faith to Destiny, this tweet was obviously a joke, and he didn't actually want Shadman to draw a picture of his son. However, I still think that goading a known CP artist into drawing CP of your own son is incredibly irresponsible. Because imagine if Shadman took him up on his request and did go ahead and make the drawing in the same way he had drawn.
Yeah, the own doesn't even make any sense because Shadman obviously doesn't care about being known as that, right? He's open.
Yeah, you think he's? Do you think he read that tweet and started shivering in fear? Or do
Oh
you think
shit,
he was
he's
like,
exposing me. No, he openly draws this shit on his timeline all the time. He's proud of it and he defends it all the time, especially back then. So you're not owning Shad Base by bringing this up. Like, you're just saying something that he's proud of, right? And so, if you're sitting there saying, like, why didn't you draw my son, you fucking pedo? He might actually go do that.
Probably, his reaction is not, oh shit. It's probably like, oh shit, okay, maybe I could.
Yeah, you're just giving him ideas.
Keemstar's daughter. Then, Destiny's son would have had to deal with the fact that there would be drawn CP of him floating around the internet for the rest of his life. If there was a known child murderer and you decided to tweet at that child murderer, hey, how about you come murder my child, LOL, I think we would all agree that that would be incredibly irresponsible, even if that was just a joke. In the same way, I think it's incredibly irresponsible to encourage a known CP artist to draw CP of your child, even if it's just a joke. Thankfully, Shadman did not end up drawing Destiny's child like he had drawn Keemstar's child, and Destiny got to have fun making his little joke.
What a great comeback.
What?
Wait, he reviewed this recently?
Yeah. Oh, look, he's with the who is this?
Dantes.
That's Dantes, the fucking League streamer. Wow.
Yep.
What a great comeback. It's really not, though.
It's horrible. It's a terrible
It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not really owning the guy in that you're trying to own, right? It doesn't
just look like an idiot.
You just look like a moron.
Even though this joke could have come at the expense of his 6-year-old son's safety.
Now you don't give a fuck about that.
Even though a lot of these situations involving children happened quite a while ago, I still think Destiny has been spreading harmful rhetoric around children even quite recently. A couple years ago, Destiny said that a 30-year-old randomly sexting a 14-year-old would not be grooming.
Let's say there's a person that's like 30 years old and tries to like randomly sext like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. That wouldn't be, I don't think that would be considered grooming.
So,
huh?
Yes, it would. That's the literal textbook definition of it.
Huh?
What nuance is there to that? There's nothing else that is exactly what it is definitively.
Okay, so yesterday when we watched this, we saw a clip of Destiny talking about how like a guy fucking a kid isn't pedophilia because he might not be attracted to the person because they're a kid, right? Wasn't that the quote?
Yeah.
And now today we have this. What?
Oh, that clip sounds.
Someone in the chat says his argument is that grooming is over a longer period of time. That doesn't really matter. I don't think that matters. I think if you do anything with someone who's underage, even if the amount of time that you encourage them to do it is the span of like 3 hours, where at first they're, like not really into it, and then 3 hours later you goat them into doing it, you groom them over that time, right? To get them to do something
Is
sexual.
it impossible to groom somebody quickly? I mean, I don't think so.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Harmful rhetoric.
I don't think so. I could do it pretty quickly if I tried.
Okay.
Around children even quite recently. A couple years ago, Destiny said that a 30-year-old randomly sexting a 14-year-old would not be grooming.
Let's say there's a person that's like 30 years old and tries to like randomly sext like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. That wouldn't be, I don't think that would be considered grooming.
So that clip sounds pretty bad, right? But we don't want to approach Destiny in bad faith or take him out of context, so let's try to understand the actual...
Let's understand how massive and gargantuan his fucking huge brain is, dude, and see what we possibly meant.
Such a cool, awesome argument that we're just too low IQ to understand.
Dude, my favorite thing is when leftist streamers say some crazy take, but then they explain it so well and how it's such a genius and in-depth look at our society and how it works. It's my favorite part.
That's so cool. It makes me feel so intelligent every time it happens.
Dude, I love when he's able to rationalize all of his justifications. It makes me fucking so hard.
argument that Destiny is making.
I don't think that would be considered grooming. Now, let's say there's a person that's 30 years old and they're specifically seeking out like 14, 15-year-olds to kind of just like talk to them about their school life, figure out what their problems are, be cool because you're old and you have experience, and then you kind of weasel in like sex. That's like grooming, right? That would be like grooming.
So Destiny's argument is that a 30-year-old randomly sexting a 14-year-old isn't grooming, but if a 30-year-old tries to weasel their way into a 14-year-old's life and slowly manipulate them into sexting them, this would be grooming. But this argument goes against the definition of grooming. The definition of grooming is the action of attempting to form a relationship with a child or young person with the intention of sexually assaulting them or inducing them to commit an illegal act. Guess what, Destiny? Nowhere in that definition does it say that grooming has to be a slow process.
Exactly,
Grooming is
yeah.
just forming a relationship with a child for the purpose of sex. A lot of times grooming is
That can happen instantly. That can happen over a period. Yeah, exactly. It can happen over 30 minutes. I mean, that's what grooming is.
Yeah. It's just such a strange thing to even like talk about on stream or like bring up as like a talking
It's just
point.
arranged sexual
Yeah.
relations.
Process because they have to slowly break down the child's boundaries in order to get them to have a sexual relationship with them, but sometimes grooming can happen very quickly. For example, in situations where the child already has some established level of trust with the person who is grooming them. In this clip, Destiny is talking about influencers who sext their underage fans and saying that these influencers sexting their fans wouldn't necessarily be grooming because grooming is a slow process. The reason that influencers are often able to groom their fans so quickly is because their fans...
What's even the point of this discussion? I don't understand, how are we being productive here by just mincing words at what grooming is? You know what I mean?
I think it's because he's done it. That's my take. He's doing one of those weird things where it's like you've done something bad, and so you try to like make these weird arguments that like if he got caught, he has like a backlog history of like, oh, this is fine.
Right.
This is what I've always said.
Yeah.
I've always said it's fine.
I'm morally consistent,
Obviously,
guys.
that's just a theory. He's never been caught for grooming anyone underage. But yeah, I mean, that's what it comes across as to me. It's like you've done something.
Yeah.
No.
It's just it's so stupid and a waste of time. I don't get why this even needs to be defined or okay, great. Okay, all right. We've redefined what grooming is now. Now
but he's wrong.
Can we talk?
It's not
Yeah.
even right.
Okay. Even barring that you're correct, right? Cool. So we redefined the issue. What now? What? You just wasted my time. I don't care.
Fans already have an established parasocial relationship with the influencer. If a teacher wants to groom a student, this usually happens more slowly because the teacher doesn't have a pre-established relationship with the student. But because influencers already have a parasocial relationship with their fans, grooming can occur much more quickly. Maybe Destiny's argument is that the very first time you sext a 14-year-old, this wouldn't be grooming yet because you haven't established a relationship with them yet.
Or you haven't decided if you want to groom them yet, so the first time you talk to a kid, you're like, and then afterwards, then it becomes grooming, and that's bad.
Within like the 1 second period of like you sending the message and then it being sent. It wasn't grooming yet.
You're still feeling around, seeing if you want to groom them, which would be bad, but before it's not, I guess.
Know.
Yeah.
But this is still a stupid argument because in this context, randomly sexting a 14-year-old for the first time would be the first step in attempting to groom them. You're acting like everyone else is so stupid for not understanding grooming while you don't understand grooming. Destiny would claim that he just cares about definitional specificity, but
nerd.
The specific definitions you're promoting aren't even accurate. I'm not saying that Destiny is making this argument because he wants to groom children, but when you
I'm saying it's possible.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Combine him saying that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck, with him sharing around pictures of 15-year-olds in bikinis, with him saying that 30-year-olds sexting 14-year-olds isn't necessarily grooming, it starts to paint a very strange picture. Destiny also got really mad that people were labeling Drake a pedophile. He even had a debate about why it's totally fine for Millie Bobby Brown at 14 to be texting Drake about relationship advice.
Really?
Yeah. You don't know about this?
Really? He talked about this and defended it? I mean, I'm not surprised he defended it, but just why? Everybody, I remember knowing about this story when it happened, like in 2018. Everybody always thought this is weird as fuck, especially added to the context that it's like, you know, a Hollywood celebrity talking to a child. We all know about Hollywood and stuff like that, right? But even just removing that context, right? Just the base level of like, here's old ass, creepy ass Drake, who's like what, in his 40s? How old is Drake?
I think he's like late 30s.
Late 30s? Yeah.
I think so.
When this happened. Everyone knows this is weird. Everyone knows this is obviously inappropriate. But of course, here comes Destiny to give us the brave take that everyone's scared to give.
When you say he's texting her and he wants to give her dating advice, what if she's the one that brought it up first? Should he say something like, I'm sorry?
Okay, man.
Who gives a fuck?
That does not matter. That's not how you decide that this is actually morally okay. Who did it first? No. That's not the first argument you make.
What if she said more first?
Yeah.
What if she was like, send me a picture?
Texting her and he wants to give her dating advice. What if she's the one that brought it up first? Should he say something like, I'm sorry, but it's inappropriate for me to talk to you about high school boys? Or
Yes.
That's actually exactly what you should say.
Fucking obviously. What?
What?
Yeah. You do it all the time. When some young person comes up to you and starts saying some weird stuff.
By the way, this is Destiny debating his Black Bull.
Oh my God, this is Abba.
Abba, the bull's about to espouse common sense into the tiny little cock. Let's see it.
You just sit there with this 13-year-old and then you start having conversations extended about dating?
Yeah, I have before. What do you mean? No.
Whoa. Hold on now.
Brought it up first. Should he say something like, I'm sorry, but it's inappropriate for me to talk to you about high school boys? Or what?
Yeah. You do it all the time. When some young person comes up to you and starts saying some weird stuff, you just sit there with this 13-year-old and then you start having conversations extended about dating?
Yeah, I have before. What do you mean? No, would I tell a if a young person came up to me and they were asking me questions about some like boy problems or some shit? Yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, of course. What do you mean, I'm a 35-year-old man? Of course I'm going to have better advice for them than some fucking random high school
You're a random dude, bro. You're a random fucking dude. It's not your place to talk to fucking teenage girls about their fucking
sex life.
Problems. And they're saying you're not the fucking guy. You're a random dude. That's inappropriate.
Wow. I like how he just says this with so much confidence. Like this is like the obvious big brain take. It's not. It's
you're
creepy
a random
as fuck.
fucking guy. You don't need to engage with underage girls about that kind of conversation.
Yeah, he words it like he has to engage with it. You don't. You shouldn't.
I'm a 35-year-old man and I'm so intelligent. First of all, we all know that he's a weird, perverted creep when it comes to relationships. This is the last guy you want giving your child relationship advice, obviously. And second of all, it's not your fucking kid. If Nathan went to him, sure. Obviously, you're his fucking dad. This is a random fucking girl. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But see, Destiny doesn't give a shit about his kid, right? So he doesn't care. He doesn't have this like concept of like, okay, conversations you have with your kid versus conversations you have with all kids are obviously different, right? Because he doesn't even see that as like he doesn't really see a difference, you know?
Yeah, he has no concept of why that would be bad.
And look at his like dick sucker pedo chat. Abba L. Is it an L?
You're a pedophile.
Yeah, of course.
Wait.
If a 15-year-old girl came up to me and she's like, there's some weird shit going on with a boy in my high school, I'd say, oh, no, don't talk to me, honey. Go ask another 15-year-old boy or ask your fucking mom and dad who are going to tell you to never talk to any boys.
Retarded mom and dad.
Oh my God, this clip gets better.
Are you fucking stupid?
Dude.
Don't talk to your parents. Talk to me.
Talk to me, your new daddy. Your creepy new dad. What the fuck are you saying?
You're fucking disgusting. Don't talk to your parents who will tell you not to talk to boys. Talk to me. I'll tell you how to seduce them and how to get good ones, how to get as many as you want. I'll tell you all the weird, cool little facts about getting high school boys. 15-year-old girl. That's what he's saying.
Dude, you're fucking creepy as shit.
Go ask another 15-year-old boy or ask your fucking mom and dad who are going to tell you to never talk to any boys ever. No, what the fuck?
Hold up. Do you think you should be talking to them about sex?
It depends on the context. I don't give a fuck. What do you mean? If a 15-year-old asks me and she's like, I think I'm going to fuck this guy at school unprotected. Yeah, I'd probably say, bro, you're 15. Don't destroy your fucking life. Make sure you guys are using protection. What the fuck? Why would I not say this?
Why would you be in this conversation in the first place?
Yeah, why would you be in a position where a 15-year-old girl feels comfortable telling you about those kind of things?
First of all, when would this ever happen, Destiny? Right?
Yeah.
You're saying this like as if this like happens to him a lot. I guess like if a fan emails him or if somebody's in his chat, right? Or you
shouldn't be engaging with this. The moment that happens, you block the person, you don't respond. I mean, it's not that deep. Because another thing too is like, obviously when you have conversations, and Destiny knows this, everyone knows this, when you talk about things with people, you picture things, you think about different scenarios, and people come to you for advice, you obviously have to imagine different things, like ways things could happen. So when this girl comes to him and she's like, I'm thinking about having sex with this guy, he's picturing all the different outcomes of sex that could happen and the ways that she could be saved, the ways that this could happen.
Yeah.
You don't need to picture that about a 15-year-old.
Dude.
Right? Especially one that's just a totally random girl. Like, what the fuck?
I disagree with that. He can fantasize about whatever he wants.
Okay, dude.
Okay, and do you think that most parents finding out that you're talking to their kids about sex and giving them advice, do you think they would take it well?
I don't know. I don't give a. They should be talking to their own kids about it.
So apparently,
Wait, what? They should. Wait, whoa, what?
They should be talking to their own kids about it.
Not say this.
Okay, and do you think that most parents finding out that you're talking to their kids about sex and giving them advice, do you think they would take it well?
I don't know. I don't give a. They should be talking to their own kids about it.
So
yeah, you should tell the kid that. You should tell the kid that instead of you giving advice.
Wait, so before he was like, what, are you going to talk to your retarded parents or are you just going to tell you not to date or not to fuck or whatever, right? But then he's like, no, they should just talk to their own parents about it. I don't give a fuck. Which one is it? I'm confused.
You tell the kid that they should talk to their parents.
Yeah.
And then you block them immediately for even bringing that up to you.
apparently, Destiny has given children relationship advice in the past. Destiny is famously really great at relationships, so I'm sure these children really appreciated his sage words of wisdom.
Oh my.
But if there's one thing that nobody would ever say about Destiny, is that he makes good personal life dating decisions.
Destiny also says that he thinks he would give better relationship advice than a child's retarded parents, and that he would give a child sex advice even if this would upset the child's parents. Who cares if parents don't want you to talk to their...
Just like how Keffels would supply a child with drugs, an underage child with, HRT.
HRT, yeah.
Yeah.
He does the same thing. but
Exactly.
through advice, sex advice.
All right.
their kids about sex. Destiny understands your...
I mean, fuck, why not just start a new channel where you specifically aim it towards underage children and it's like the underage girl sex advice show? I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
At that point, what's the difference?
If this is such a problem, right? Where like, underage kids can't talk to their parents about sex and you think you're the authority, right? You think you have a lot of wisdom to give to these children. Why not just start a whole show talking about that, aiming it towards children, right? You wouldn't.
It'd probably be safer because you want to be privately communicating with
yeah,
them, right? Wouldn't it
you
be
totally
better?
wouldn't look like a weird fuck either way, though, right? It's like, what if you're so passionate about this? If you get so infuriated at the idea that these are inappropriate conversations, and you're so dead set on the idea that you are the guy to talk to all these underage girls and boys about their sex life, why not just start a whole show about it and prove to the world how not weird that would be, right? Or would that actually look totally deranged and
It would
crazy?
look disgusting and
Yeah,
deranged,
and you
yeah.
know
It would
that.
look like
And
a
you
concern,
totally know that.
He's just a pervert. He's a pedophile as well.
Cos Bubbles the 2 says, is this like Tom asking Vig? Shut the fuck up. That is such old fucking lore.
Kids better than you do. Destiny, you're a rule utilitarian, right? You believe that we should establish moral rules based on what generally leads to the least amount of harm. But you don't think that it would be good to establish a general rule that it's not safe for 31-year-olds like Drake to be texting 14-year-olds like Millie Bobby Brown about their relationships? Of course, there can be hypothetical situations where this isn't harmful and the adult actually does have good intentions, but in general, I don't think it's safe for children to be having these sorts of private conversations with adults. And I think it is totally reasonable to side-eye Drake for having these sorts of conversations with Millie Bobby Brown, especially because he kissed a child on stage.
How old are you?
Okay, dude.
Bro. I can't go to jail, man. You're 17. Why do you look like that? What? What the?
Now, is Drake a pedophile? Well, like I said, he kissed a child on stage, but Destiny would probably explain that this child was post-pubescent, not prepubescent, and kissing one child doesn't prove that he has a primary attraction to children.
Yeah.
So Juice Talker has put up documents of Pixie suing Destiny on Twitter. Apparently at least 15 other women reached out to them to back the allegations.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, I saw that right before we went live. Yep. And Destiny's apparently responding to it all tomorrow, so we'll see. Yeah, Destiny, certified something, yeah. Trayton, 8,400 with the 6 months, they not like us.
And so, therefore, we don't have enough evidence to label Drake a pedophile. Oh god, can you see how exhausting this is? Some people actually enjoy to listen to this shit day in and day out on Destiny's stream. Maybe Destiny just really wants to show Drake good faith because Drake has dropped so many bangers over the years. Or maybe he's defending Drake because he sees himself in Drake because of his own personal relationships with young people. Enter Rose is Coming, Destiny's 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten. A couple years ago, Destiny was simultaneously married to a woman named Melina while having an affair on Melina with a white nationalist woman named Lauren Southern and sexting this 19-year-old e-girl named Rose is Coming on the side. Destiny was in an open marriage with Melina, but he still managed to have an affair with Melina because he didn't tell her about his relationship with Lauren Southern. And he also violated his wife's consent by sending her sex tapes to this 19-year-old e-girl without asking her.
Nothing has happened with consent.
I guess having an open relationship just wasn't enough for Destiny. Even though he was already free to sleep with other people, he still had to figure out some way to fuck over his wife. Anyway, while Destiny was sexting this 19-year-old, he asked her if she wanted to do age play, which is where you role play as being even younger. She was already 15 years younger than him, but you know, why not add on another 5 or 10 years for good measure? According to Destiny himself, he views sexting 19-year-olds as the same as sexting 15-year-olds.
When you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude. Don't give me this fucking, just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird.
What? Hello? Is this a giant self-report? Why would you have this take? This is, and I'm looking at this clip. This is from around the same time as him on the Kumite, where he defends sharing the image of the 15-year-old and talk about how the 15-year-old was hot and it was hard to say no. Right? This is around that exact same time period.
Is this just a like out of context clip where he's like trolling or something, and he thinks? It's
I mean, he sounds serious to me. Like, what's up with that?
I know. I just can't imagine like what the. It's just such a nuclear clip. He looks like a pedophile.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what else could it possibly be?
Thank you for the 2 months, Monkey D. Luffy. Would Destiny sleep with Mr. Manchi? That's gross.
If you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills, you're still a virgin, you've never been in a relationship, you don't go to school, you've never even had a job before, you've never lived on your own, you're a child. You're very much a child.
So Destiny views 19-year-olds as little kids.
You're a little kid.
And says that being attracted to them is really fucking weird.
Really fucking weird.
Yet here he is 5 years later at age 34, sexting this 19-year-old, asking her if she wants to do age play with him, and sending her
Hey Augie, did you see the new Wilbur grooming allegations? It's exploding on Twitter currently.
I gotta look into that. I gotta research that.
Consensual sex tapes of his friends and wife. And honestly, it doesn't even matter what my opinion is of this. In Destiny's own words, he thinks this is really fucking weird.
Really fucking weird.
So
did we ever figure out conclusively, like, or sorry, concretely, what type of age play Destiny's into specifically, right?
I don't think it was ever revealed entirely.
Yeah. I wonder if...
Because it could be anything.
Yeah, maybe... he likes age playing himself as older or something. I don't know. Or something like that.
He wants to be the old, like, 80-year-old man or something.
Which actually would be creepier, right? Because he's still talking to, like, 19-year-olds, you know?
Yeah, he's like, I'm 34. That's not old enough.
What's, like, the weirdest... What's, like, the least weird... What's the cope of,
her
like,
being a MILF, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Then go talk to MILFs then. What the fuck?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Is Destiny a pedophile? I don't really give a fuck what you label him. I choose to label him a freak. Only freaks engage in the type of degenerate behavior that Destiny has engaged in. I don't give a fuck about semantic debates about the technical clinical definition of pedophilia. If you send pictures of a 15-year-old in a bikini to your friends and talk about how hot they are, you are a freak.
I mean... the way that he words it and then, like, the definition that he gives is a little bit, like, disjointed, right? If you send pictures of an underage child, talk about how hot they are and how hard it is to say no, doesn't that kind of feel like he's saying pedophile?
You're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to get sued, I guess.
But. Yeah, or just he doesn't want his video dismissed as false allegations or something like that. So
Yeah.
just being careful.
He
with
did
his
say, "I don't
wording.
give a fuck what you." He said, "I don't give a fuck what you call him."
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're back to harming women again. So if you guys remember our first segment, harming women, then we did harming children, and now we're back to harming more women. Let's see.
Let's finish out the video by talking about Destiny's treatment towards women in more recent years. A little while ago, Destiny admitted that he was psychologically abusive towards his ex-wife.
This is probably just going to be Melina venting about her relationship with me to Bob. Listen, okay? I've said it a million times. I'm a very fucking hard person to date. I work a fuck ton, and I'm very fucking cold. I have a really hard time dealing with people when they get emotional, okay? But if Melina starts crying or we're having an argument, I'll say, like, listen, I'm going to go play fucking Minecraft. Like, come talk to me when you're done crying, because I can't.
W Riz, dude.
It just makes him sound like a fucking loser, though.
He sounds so soy. I'm going to go play Minecraft, bitch.
He looks like the loser saying this. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go play Minecraft, bitch. Oh, man. Is this cool, chat? Is this cool?
Not when Destiny says it.
Yeah.
He makes it sound fucking gay.
If a Groiper said this, it would sound cool. Oh, my God.
Terrible.
Yeah. If Donald Trump said this would sound cool. All right?
Donald Trump would not be like, I think even he would not say this. It's too terrible.
But if he wouldn't say this, but if he did, it would sound cool. If Destiny says it, no.
I can't sit here and listen to you cry. I'm wasting the few fucking minutes of free time I have in the day. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you cry.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you cry. I need to go play Minecraft and soy out for a little bit. Got it.
Like, so anybody that survives a relationship with me for more than like 6 months, okay, props to that person, because they're going through some severe fucking psychological abuse, all right? It's a fucking hard thing to deal with. I'm not joking.
He's so quirky and cool, guys, right?
Maybe Destiny's fans would claim that he was being hyperbolic here and he wasn't actually admitting to being abusive.
I mean, not to, at the risk of sounding like I'm victim blaming, I will say this, you gotta be a fucking retard, especially at this point, but you gotta be a retard to like date Destiny if you're a woman. Or even be
I agree.
To even be attracted to this fucking guy. I mean, he's very, as much as he like hides a lot about himself, it's also very out there in the public. He doesn't really hide anything about himself. He just hides like the narrative or what it should say about him, right? You know, he'll say all these like crazy things he's done or bad things he's done, but he'll word it in a way where you're supposed to sit there and think that he's cool or base for it, or he's base for being honest about himself or something like that, right? But you're listening to him talk like this, right? And it's like, how do women at Twitch just fall for this guy? You know?
I have no idea. Just clout.
Thank God
Clout.
you got your phone back from the Uber.
Oh my God.
Cause Bo Blacks really wanted that picture. Also Uber. The guy is driving.
Dude, I heard Nick fucking telling that story last night on stream. Good one. Yeah. Uber!
He brought it up. I was like, why is that Stonator bringing up this like 2-year-old story?
Yeah. No, Nick retold that. And so now that the content community is like half as fucking big as it was before when that story was last relevant, now a bunch of new fucking retards know about it. Awesome.
But here's his best friend Dan also saying that Destiny was really shitty towards
Dan
his
the man.
ex-wife.
I'll say this also. I think Steven was a fucking really shitty husband to Melina. Okay? I'm coming out here saying it right now. I don't think Steve would deny it either, but it's not good the way that he was. Like, I talked with Melina a lot of times and she was crying and miserable and everything else. And Steve would say, what do you want me to say? I'm a selfish motherfucker. That's why I'm in the relationship that I'm in, the way that I do things that I'm in. And Melina, like, really was hurt by it. And I think, like, she was like, you know, what should I do? Should I leave? And I'll tell you this, I never was like, I was never like, no, you should stay and make things out. I told her multiple times, like, listen, if you feel like this is an abusive relationship, get the fuck out of there immediately.
Melina,
Wow. So that's Destiny's right-hand man. And I would say last friend, last orbiter. But watching that clip, it actually reminded me of something, right? So this is a little bit of breaking news from today. Although I say breaking news as if anyone should be surprised by this, right? But, and we alluded to this a little bit earlier, I think a donator alluded to this, Not So Erudite has taken back her disavowal and leave from the Destiny community, and she is going to continue the Bridges podcast, although it's now her own podcast, but she's going to bring Destiny on as a frequent guest. Oh, wow.
Shame Nick didn't bring up the story of you and him crashing the Mexican family's birthday party.
That was a good one. Steven, so this is Not So Erudite on Reddit. Steven and I have full plans to have him on the show again as a guest or contributor. I like how she leaves that word in there. Guest or contributor.
Pathetic.
We all know he's just going to be back on the show all the time. The bridge is not burnt, and we do not hate each other whatsoever. You don't hate a sex pest as a feminist? You don't hate your sex pest former boss as a woman's rights proud woman rights championing leftist feminist? It was a mutual decision, and I would be lying to say I'm not terrified. What, terrified of the obvious backlash you're going to get by continuing to work with this fucking monster?
Terrified he's going to do something to her also. What about that?
Yeah, I'm terrified he's going to, all the shit that he has on you. Honestly, that's probably why she's getting back together with Destiny, because if she doesn't, he's just going to leak her nudes.
Yeah, actually, though.
Because you know that they fucked, obviously. Right?
100%. You know, after this whole thing happened, someone noticed that she never posted her boyfriend on her Instagram. But after this came out, for the first time, she posted a picture of her and her boyfriend together.
Wow,
on her Instagram page,
bro.
After like years of them dating.
Oh, man. Thanks for the well wishes. We will see. Yeah, speaking of Not So Erudite and her boyfriend, not that we're going to watch all of this, obviously, but they have an interesting sort of relationship. Here it is. This is a video. How my husband gave up everything to chase my dream. That she put out.
That was me on Nick's stream. Glad I'm part of the cabal.
Let's go.
I have so much power now. Also been a fan since 2020. The Goon Squad. Bo Blacks took literally.
Yeah, you really put the goon and Goon Squad there. By the way, thank you guys so much for the support of the show. We are 4 donations away from smashing that fucking goal. Can we smash the goal, guys? This is Not So Erudite. How my husband gave up everything to chase my dream.
So, hi everyone. Welcome to Not So Erudite's channel. That's me. This is a terrible intro. Cut. I'm here with my husband, Nick.
Hi.
When you go online, when people make assumptions about my husband, they assume he's soy and weak and small, and that I bully him, and that you are like trapped in this relationship. I think they very much view it as like
all true. I have nail polish on.
Oh my God. What is happening, bro? What is going on here? So yeah, I think that's really all you need to see from this video right there. Just a little interesting side piece. So there you go. That's your news right there. Not So Erudite will be joining Dan on the sinking ship that is DGG. And I guess together, all 3 of them will continue pretending that they're leftists or give a fuck about women or something. And they'll continue Destiny's most boring side project of all time, which that would be the Bridges podcast, which nobody likes. It's a boring show. All right, let's see what else we got here. Cats are flocking with the 10 gifted AugieRFC memberships. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Make sure if you were gifted membership to thank Cats of Vlogging, longtime supporter of the show. Let's get back into this right here.
Herself has also accused Destiny of being psychologically abusive towards her.
I'm irritated by a couple things. One thing I'm irritated about is that my ex-wife has reached out to a ton of people. At least 5 mutual friends have alerted me. I have no idea how many other are affected. Basically saying that I've lied about a ton of stuff and that I am abusive.
So Destiny
I wonder why.
Yeah, because you're both in
she
this
pegs
thing.
him. I know for a fact she pegs him.
Oh, what? This guy? No. Hey, don't be mean to this guy. He seems cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Said that he was psychologically abusive towards Melina. Melina has said that Destiny was psychologically abusive towards Melina, and Destiny's best friend Dan also seems to think that Destiny was psychologically abusive towards Melina. I wonder if maybe Destiny was psychologically abusive towards Melina. Destiny seems to think that as long as he's like, yep, I'm an abuser, deal with it.
Because they're going through some severe fucking psychological abuse, all right? It's a fucking hard thing to deal with. I'm not joking.
That he can just
It's so gay.
I'm not
It's just
joking.
so gay.
Yeah. The facade on this guy is just destroyed. Like anyone who thought he was cool. I mean,
It doesn't come across. I've never thought that it was cool, but it even looks worse and worse as time goes on. It's just it's such an eye roll. It's so gay. It's so cringe. I mean, how can you even like think that you look cool and say stuff like that? I don't understand.
Move on from this and sweep it under the rug, but I don't believe he should be allowed to do this. And I don't understand why any woman would ever want to associate with Destiny after seeing shit like this. Destiny not only has a history of allegedly being abusive himself, he also has a history of surrounding himself with other abusive men. Years ago, the streamer Vosh was exposed by Destiny for sexually harassing a woman named Poppy.
Yeah, so the problem is that we've gotten these complaints for like I think about a year, where like you've been like really sexually aggressive from a variety of people.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, the worst thing is that you engage in a repeatable pattern of behavior where you try to be very sexually aggressive towards a lot of the women in chat in order to make them uncomfortable enough to send you pictures, and then if they don't, you either act very aggressive towards them, like by telling them that you can't continue conversations anymore, or you continue to sexually harass them until they either give in or block you or go crazy or whatever.
It hasn't. I mean, none of this has happened. That's an extrapolation that you can make based on Poppy.
But
okay, Cope.
The way these people
Media
talk
Cope.
just kills me, dude. It's like they're like aliens. They're so stupid.
Even after Destiny found out that Vosh had
That's an extrapolation you can make based off what Poppy has said.
You're a
Nigga.
laser. You're just a laser.
It's an extrapolation that you can make based on Poppy.
But even after Destiny found out that Vosh had sexually harassed her, he still decided to be friends with him and platform him and help him start his career. And now, years later, because of Destiny's actions, all of us have had to endure learning about Vosh's horse fetish and his short stack goblin porn. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't look into it.
This is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Later on, after Destiny's relationship with Vosh fell apart, Destiny decided to become friends with a racist named Mr. Girl.
Okay, before we get to Mr. Girl, Vosh, does anyone know maybe if there's like some DGG? I did not say the hard R, you fucking retard. All right.
What the hell?
I didn't say any of that. Can anyone from DGG who might be in the chat tell me why Destiny instantly rebuilt the bridge with Vosh right after like burning him from the Poppy stuff? Because the timeline of events is Vosh was in Destiny's community for like 10 years, right? Vosh sexually harasses a woman in Destiny's community. Destiny confronts him on the stream and then blackballs him. But then almost immediately after, he also uploads the confrontation they had onto his main YouTube channel. But then almost immediately afterwards, he deletes that video, allows Vosh back into his community after Vosh spawns his own YouTube career, just so that they could do content again together. So if you have a certain amount of subs or you bring like a certain amount of value to Destiny's stream, does he just like ignore the crimes that he just blackballed you from based off of a month ago? Because why the fuck did they get back together so quickly? Because then as soon as they got back together after the supposed blackball, Destiny then blackballed him again because they got into a fight again about political stuff. So it's just so confusing to me, like the history of like Destiny and Vosh's relationship. How the fuck did Destiny allow Vosh back into his community so quickly after blackballing him based off of sexual stuff? You know? It's just, I mean, I guess we know why, because he doesn't care. And it was just a giant...
He doesn't care about the sexual shit.
Yeah, it's just, did nobody in his community question this? Or like, we were like, oh, I guess we're cool with Vosh again? Like nobody, because to me, that's like if I blackballed Flamenco, right? And then a month later, I'm like, actually, I know I've been calling him a pedophile for months, but he's cool now. We brought him back. Who cares? And he's going to be the co-host
just doing
again.
streams together and hanging out and having
Yeah,
conversations.
he's going to do co-host Friday nights with Flamenco every night, guys. Come on. Don't worry
and
about it.
Nobody was like, fuck this.
And then exactly. And then the audience just never questioned it. They were never just like, oh, what? Flamenco's back. What? We hate this. No, they were just all went along with it and thought it was totally normal. How?
Smaggle.
How the fuck did nobody do? How? I don't understand. I don't understand this. And then on top of that, that's kind of what happened with Mudahar, right? Mudahar blackballs Nux, you know, and then the next day he disavows his blackball, deletes it, and is totally friendly and best friends with Nux again, right? Obviously, everybody questioned Mudahar for that. Everybody grilled Mudahar for that. People still grill Mudahar for that to this day, rightfully so. imagine if Mudahar did the same thing, but nobody cared. The audience didn't
Nobody gave a
care.
fuck.
The YouTubers didn't care. Everybody was just like, "Oh, it's normal."
Well, most of Mudahar's audience doesn't give a fuck. So I guess.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
why.
Yeah, it just makes no sense. I don't understand. Or like if Nick blackballed Tipster and then brought him back in the community. Hey, I never brought Tipster back. Okay, second stream we did was total Tipster death randomly.
Hey, you brought him on to the end though. He's there at the end, dude.
Well, that was for Kino purposes. Kino outweighs.
Okay.
The Kino outweighs, and Tipster's not a pedophile. All right, you know.
It's a little bit different. He was just a loser.
Yeah.
A weirdo.
Tipster's too stupid to be a pedophile. Can I say? Is that a take? Is that a take
He's
I can
too
give?
stupid to be one. Could be, I guess.
Is that a possibility that somebody could be too stupid to be? Tipster couldn't even think about being a pedophile. All right, he's too dumb. It's too complicated.
Wow.
Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with this? Anyway.
I do understand, honestly.
Josh fell apart. Destiny decided to become friends with a racist named Mr. Girl. And Mr.
See, sometimes on RFC, I like to practice my takes, you know? A lot of people go live with the pre-written Cabal narrative. Sometimes on RFC, I like to test takes that I don't know if I really believe in. So I'll just kind of just say shit and just see, like, you guys flow with this? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
You know, and just see where it goes. You know?
Based on the audience reaction, then you determine if that's what you really believe or not.
Right. So I'm gonna
You don't
throw
think for yourself.
a little bit of an idea out there. What do you got? How do you guys feel about this? Are we rocking with this take? You know, I don't go to the Cabal. I go to my chat for my takes. All right, I'm like,
You guys should love that. That should be a
you know?
positive for you guys.
What's more honest, right? Honestly, because it's more, you guys get to see me try to think for myself and then test it out to you guys.
Schrodinger's take. That's actually a great way to label it.
Right.
Destiny decided to become friends with a racist named Mr. Girl. And Mr. Girl is not allegedly a racist, he is a racist. He posted a video openly admitting to raping a woman.
A couple years ago, I matched with a woman on Tinder. I say woman because she was 46. Anyway, we got frozen yogurt. She came over. We got naked. I got naked. Then we both got naked. We started making out. Sex kind of makes me anxious, so I don't like a ton of foreplay. To me, it should be like tearing off a Band-Aid, right? I'm trying to be patient. Finally, I get her on top of me. I put my dick in place, like right at her vagina, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. She holds perfectly still and says, I'm not ready.
What is this background footage I'm looking at, by the way?
It's like blurred cock and balls.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Clear as day.
This is terrible.
No mistaking her meaning. She doesn't consent.
What?
But she has this look in her eye. Like she's daring me to just push it in. Like I'm some kind of pussy if I don't. I could have been imagining that. But I grabbed her shoulders and pushed her down onto my dick.
I fucked her.
Did she like that I did that? I think so. She probably had mixed feelings about it. Was it rape? Yes. I guess.
Wow.
I don't know. She told me not to, and I did it anyway. That makes it rape.
I don't.
Dude, I swear, every fucking month I go back and forth on whether I think Mr. Girl is like a character or not. I still to this day, I always go back and forth on it, right? I watched Turkey Tom's documentary Mr. Girl, and it was really entertaining. But watching that documentary like made me go back to thinking he was just like a troll or something. But I don't know if that's I don't know if that's shielding for him or not to say that. I really don't know.
Dan Hensential or whatever that guy is, that Twitter guy who just like post videos of him screaming or like doing stupid shit. He's obviously like a character. So is Mr. Girl, you think just like that guy, but instead of Dan's bit, it's being a rapist?
Well, he's just never gonna, and he's never gonna give it away, right? He's like Dan Henschel, but if Dan Henschel wasn't obviously a character, because you watch the guy and it's like, most guys on Twitter that play characters, it's like they are the character. You know it.
Yeah, you can tell.
You know from the first second of watching them, oh, this guy's playing a character, but it's funny. Yeah. Mr. Girl does the funnier approach, in my opinion, which is you never know.
I guess.
You never know, and you might sit there and think, oh shit, this guy should be in fucking prison. And he might actually belong in prison. He probably does, you know. I mean, his cutie steak, he probably does. But if it's a guy doing a troll, then no. But I don't know. And I keep going back and forth in it every fucking month. Every month. And next month I'm going to think he's a pedophile. And then the month after that I'm going to see him say something or do something stupid, and then I'm going to be like, "Oh, he's a troll, obviously." And then the month after that, it's like, what the fuck?
I don't know what went through Mr. Girl's head that he...
Aiden, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? What's going on,
Take
man?
callers.
Got it. All right, man. See you later, bro.
He thought it was a good idea to openly admit to raping someone on the internet, but that's Mr. Girl for you. Mr. Girl is most well known for his review of the movie Cuties, where he said that he found the 10-year-old girls in that movie hot.
And it juxtaposes these amazing scenes where it's like you'll see the girls playing on a bed where they're stuffing gummy bears in their mouths and they're just totally children. And then you'll see...
Listen, all right, when Aiden stops banning me every time I type in his stupid fucking chat, I'll let him type in my chat, okay?
That's a fair trade. Same for me every time I go there.
Dude, he's such a pussy. It's actually unreal. Every time I type in his chat, and he's like, does it? He's like, the cabal has no home here or something. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and then he'll come to our chat and it's like, do you think you can type?
No. And what's, by the way,
You're done.
What is your beef with, I understand your beef with the cabal, but I have been nothing but kind to you. It's just Fatty. It's Fatty that hates you. I don't. Now I have monetized the ever-living fuck out of you. I will admit, I've made thousands of dollars off the Kick Aiden meme, but you should respect that you're Jewish. What the fuck? Come on.
That doesn't even matter. You shouldn't be mad about that. You should just
Don't
do the same
hate
thing.
the player.
Make money yourself.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game. You know? It's awesome. And it's great. And I don't do that anymore. It's old. Anyway, all I'm saying is, Aiden, put some respect on my name, okay? I'm like your commentary father, okay? I brought you here, so respect me.
Shaking their booties on this stairway. As
What is Mr. Girl talking about? Oh, cuties, of course. Never mind.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah, of course, cuties.
Viral video, and they're pretty hot.
10 years old is 5 years too
Awesome.
young for Destiny's taste, but he decided to become friends.
The thing with Mr. Girl, to be honest, too, is like it doesn't even really matter if he plays a character or not, because everyone engages with his content as if it's real, right? When Destiny watches the Cuties video or his takes on rape or whatever, he engages with that when it's based on, like, as if it's based in reality. You know what I mean? So the thing about Mr. Girl's character that sucks is that it really just doesn't matter, because he'll say stuff like, actually, it's okay to fantasize about kids. And then everyone will be like, true. And it's like, whoa, I don't know about that, guys. You know, can't we just sit here? If a guy's funny, and I will say Mr. Girl is funny, obviously. He says funny shit. I mean, he's funny, right? But can't you, it's the same thing with like Andrew Tate or whatever, right? Can't you agree that a guy is funny, but not suck him off seriously every time he makes a point? You know what I mean? Like people that say Andrew Tate's base as if he's totally not like a deranged sex trafficker. Or like Mr. Girl's base when he says like liking everyone like has a natural attraction to children. It's like, okay, that's a crazy statement. Can we acknowledge that? I mean, you can say it's the shit that he says is funny. I agree. But like, do we have to, just because we think somebody's funny, does that also mean we have to think that they're based and correct? I don't. There's plenty of people I think are funny that I'm like, whoa, okay. You know?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, the thing is people think it's funny to say it's based, and then it's like, I don't know, it's kind of cringe.
But then that's,
kind of cringe.
but they do think it's based, but also funny. But it's arbitrary, you know? It's like whatever I think is funny is also based. I don't know, dude.
Friends with Mr. Girl anyway. Mr. Girl also released a bunch of videos where he was like emotionally abusing his girlfriend on camera. After they had been friends for a while, Destiny and Mr. Girl got into some drama because Destiny had...
Okay, the abuse video was real. There was no way she's that good of an actor.
Yeah.
Dude.
Didn't Aiden get goatsied not too long ago?
Oh yeah.
Turn the other cheek.
Aiden, turn the other cheek. Dude, there is no way the Mr. Girl abuse video with his girlfriend was fake or like a troll. I mean, maybe from his end, but like from her end, absolutely not, dude. There's no way she's that good of an actor.
It banned Mr. Girl from Destiny's subreddit.
That was just like a tutorial for like psychological abuse, you know? Like you watch that, you study it to like learn how to like just fucking brain rape somebody.
Reddit because Mr. Girl was criticizing Destiny for the way that he had defended Nick Fuentes. And then a few months after this, Mr. Girl released a report called the Destiny Report, where he outlined all of the ways that he believes Destiny is an abuser. Most people ignored this report because they didn't really care to listen to a potential abusive pedophile rapist give his opinions on why he thinks Destiny is abusive. The report was also over 100,000 words long, and it was terribly formatted, and honestly, no one had time to read all that shit.
This report was just total schizophrenia.
He just looked insane.
Yeah.
Fuck. He should have just made a video. I mean, that would have been way better.
Well, I guess he was banned at the time, so he couldn't do that. I don't know.
Uploading it on any website would have been better.
Right.
While I personally think that Mr. Girl is a disgusting weirdo, I do think he made a couple decent points in his report.
Well, yeah, it takes one to know one, right?
Girl's main perspective is that he believes Destiny has a pattern of being abusive towards the women in his orbit. And now that we've seen evidence that Destiny has been sharing sex tapes of his orbiters and his ex-wife behind their back without their consent, I think this adds some credence to the idea that there might be a pattern of abuse happening here. In my opinion, Destiny kind of reminds me of the character of Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, if Dennis was shorter and scrawnier and more annoying.
I didn't know I was being filmed. If you're in my room, you're always being filmed.
You are.
He
does.
does.
He does.
It's his
Always
thing. It's kind of creepy.
In case you haven't seen the show, the character Dennis is known for being a psychopath who's incredibly good at manipulating women.
Oh, look, I'm not narcissistic. That's good. I told you guys I was humble. We're a bit Machiavellian, a bit not psychotic. Psychopath, a bit psychopathic. That's what I'm looking for.
The most famous clip of Dennis is where he explains that if you take a woman out on a boat with you, she won't say no to having sex with you because of the implication.
The whole purpose of buying the
Very
boat in the first
Destiny.
place was to get the ladies nice and tipsy topside so we can take them to a nice, comfortable place below deck and, you know, they can't refuse because of the implication.
Oh, okay. You had me going there for the first part. The second half kind of threw me.
Well, dude, think about it. She's out in the middle of nowhere with some dude she barely knows. You know, she looks around her. What does she see? Nothing but open ocean.
Bro, really just spent 5 minutes explaining soy always sunny memes. This video fucking sucks. Listen, all right, cut him some slack. He's a leftist bred to... I don't even know what Ryan Beard uploads. Is this guy political? It probably is. Look, it wouldn't be a fucking leftist video essay if there wasn't soy jokes that don't hit or are not funny.
Also, we're an hour into just like nuke after nuke after nuke, and then he does a joke.
You gotta have some
crying,
downtime
like,
before...
Crybaby ass retard. We're watching a video. Come on.
You gotta have some downside before you back into the fucking brutal sodomization of Destiny, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
There's nowhere for me to run.
Kick on her.
Yeah, go mad immediately.
Nice.
What am I gonna do? Say no?
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No,
But the thing
right.
is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Well, in 2020, Destiny explains that he doesn't think it would be good for someone who has a large online platform to be sexting the women who he has as guests on his show because of the implication.
Let's say that I run like a really big podcast. I get 30,000 viewers. Let's say that I have a podcast. I got 30,000 viewers. Let's say that there's a girl that messages me. We talk for a little bit. She really wants to be on. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, you really want to come on the podcast, blah, blah, blah. I could probably start sexting her and she'll probably give in and send me nudes and shit because she doesn't want to lose that opportunity. She might not actually want to. She might not be into it really at all. But if I start propositioning her, if she says no to me, she might worry like, fuck, like if I say no to this guy, like I'm not going to make it on that podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then are you wrong for asking in that case? Even though you saw it.
I think it is wrong. Yeah, I don't think you should.
However,
wow.
Wow.
Dude, why does this guy always have clips of him describing what he does, you know?
Exactly. Also, that was a great point. And the Always Sunny in Philadelphia was actually relevant directly to the clip you just showed. So chatters lose again. Coping, crying. That's actually a good point.
However, as we now know, Destiny has a long history of doing this exact thing to the women who are guests on his show.
I don't like the idea that we're normalizing, you know, someone bringing in a bunch of small content creators that are women, fucking them, right? And then when that fallout inevitably happens, like, just cast them away. Like, it's a
and turn them into lolcows on your show. People used to criticize commentary a lot, like the Spurg Alert type commentary, where it'd be like, oh, so you just bring on these I mean, that's what people criticize me with Bowblacks for, right? You bring on these autistic retards, you know, you juice them up or whatever, you turn them into a star or whatever, and then you flip on them or whatever, right? Now, that's obviously not what happens, right? But people will criticize you for just milking the same retards over and over again, or turning somebody into a retard who was obviously mentally unstable from the very beginning, right? Destiny does that, but with women that have BPD and are low IQ, and then after he's done fucking them, he turns them into lolcows for content.
Never let someone's resistance stop you from getting what you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the DGG philosophy there.
Really weird dynamic. I work with women, and I'm happy with the fact that it's professional, and that needs to be a standard that we set for more people, because I hate the idea that I just show up on screen with a woman and it's automatically sex. But can I really be mad at an audience for thinking that when I hang out with Steven, who literally fucks pretty much everybody he works with?
Everybody.
It is possible that, like,
W-Bowl. Everyone say W-Bowl in chat.
You are like a very like mature person, and even if they turned you down, you're still cool with them being on your podcast. Like, there are some people like that, but like not everybody, no one knows. That's the problem. Nobody can ever know that. If you're
I gotta stop doing that bit, actually.
The chat just spams
it just
every
looks so bad. It's a joke.
Actually, that kind of person. That's why it's like a very hazy area where you can't really consent in that situation because you don't really know.
So on the one hand, he is saying that you shouldn't sext with women who are guests on your show because they can't fully consent. And on the other hand, he is sexting with most of the women who are guests on his show and sharing around their sex tapes without their consent. A woman named Lav came forward and said that she felt pressured to send Destiny feet pics in exchange for being a guest on his stream.
At least in my case, I was so desperate to get out of sex work, and I told him that, and he said, why don't you stream with me? This can open up an avenue where, like, you don't have to do what you hate to do. And I'm a political streamer. You can get into politics, like fully extending himself to me in a way that was, like, very friendly. And then it turned into something like, oh, right after that conversation, he was like, oh, by the way, I don't see any feet on your profile. He. Like, immediately after.
Dude, come on, man.
We all know what that implication is so obvious, too.
He's joking, guys. He's joking. Really?
Apparently,
Just so
after she
stupid.
sent him feet pics, he said, welcome to the Orbiters Club.
Bro. So it just flat out says, all right, you're in. You've earned my temporary protection. You're now an orbiter. You are now guaranteed a portion of my audience and my protection as long as you obey and submit.
Send me stuff.
Yeah.
And know that there's an implication that if you say no, your dreams of being a political orbiter and streamer will be shattered because you'll turn me down.
Yep.
Implying that sending her feet pics is what will give her the chance to be one of his orbiters. Now, Destiny claims that this was a completely ironic joke and it wasn't meant to be taken seriously whatsoever, but if Destiny himself has said that he shouldn't be sexting his orbiters because of the implication, and then he sexts his orbiters and then says, welcome to the Orbiter Club, I am struggling to see how this is a joke. And even if it was intended as a joke, like Destiny explained in this previous clip, you shouldn't be making jokes like this because the person on the receiving end might not understand that you're joking. It seems strange to me that Destiny had this incredibly...
Well, it doesn't really matter because the feet pics got sent and then he liked it. So, like... even if it was a joke, what are you talking about? It happened. It played out.
Yeah.
The bad scenario played out.
Nuanced view of consent a couple years ago, but then once he wanted to start sexting people, all of these rules that he set for himself went out the window.
Now, again, there are exceptions. Maybe you're friends with this person for 10 years or some shit, and you guys have like some, like, it could be like very niche. I don't want to say like every single time, but like as a blanket rule, if you even have to stop and think about this, you should just not do it. It's just a bad idea.
Look at his morals, man. He's so moral and smart and intelligent when he talks. He's definitely not just a raging hypocrite degenerate.
Yeah, bro just says anything, dude. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that there's all these clips of him just like directly describing the stuff that he does, right? Like the other clip before where he's like, if you're in your 30s or whatever and you're talking to 19-year-old, I don't have anything in common with a 19-year-old. They're fucking,
children to me.
Yeah, they're children. It's like, okay, bro.
Lav accused Destiny of being the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube because she felt like Destiny had a pattern of manipulating the women in his orbit into doing sexual favors for him, and because she felt like it was emotionally abusive that every woman who came on Destiny's stream would inevitably be flooded with hate comments on his subreddit, which Destiny would refuse to take down. If you come onto Destiny's stream as a woman, you can be pretty safe to assume that you are gonna get a bunch of hate comments on.
I mean, I will say, Lav does. I mean, her whole thing was saying like a bunch of wild, inflammatory shit, and she kind of was a little bit asking for like the reception that you get, and you also are to some level responsible for the reception you get when you go on somebody's stream, right? If you go on stream and sound like a jackass or you say wild, controversial shit, obviously people are going to react to it, right? And they might react negatively to it if you come across as very unlikable. And Lav would kind of do this thing specifically with her, where she sort of like reveled in, being like because she likes attention, obviously, right? So she'll say a bunch of crazy shit, and then she'll get that attention, and she'll revel as like the character of like, oh, I say crazy stuff or whatever. I mean, you could just look at her Twitter account right now, and she says like, wild stuff or whatever.
Well, now her new thing now is for to be a Trump voter, like every day. She's
oh,
like,
really?
I love voting
Yeah,
for
I mean,
Trump.
exactly.
Yeah.
She did a podcast, Mr. Girl, or whatever. So I think in her case, she's somebody that kind of enjoys the controversial aspect of her character, and it's not totally fair to throw that on Destiny, as in like you're responsible for people not liking the people that you put on stream. So I don't know if that's like necessarily the strongest point of attack, unless I'm missing something here.
Destiny's subreddit. But according to Destiny's community, it's not because they hate women, it's just because these particular women all happen to be too stupid to debate their daddy Destiny. One time, Destiny's head moderator of his subreddit named Forethought sent one of his female orbiters the message, Kelly Jean, stop pretending like you're hurt by sexism. Your greatest aspiration was being an esports victim.
Whoa.
Holy fuck. No wonder you wish you got You've got literally nothing going on to be doing this at 40.
This is Destiny's head mod of ex-head mod of his subreddit. What the fuck? Yo.
Did Destiny immediately ban this guy? Like what?
Well, I mean, his statements aren't really that extreme compared to Destiny's old tweets on his old account. This is pretty in line, but like, damn, okay.
Seeing these messages, Destiny refused to remove
crazy skinwalking.
Forethought as a moderator of his subreddit.
But the whole idea is that if there's no wrong way to treat Kelly Jean or whatever, if that's her mentality when it comes to her, who's to say that doesn't expand to other people?
But can we just why is it okay to do whatever you want to Kelly Jean?
Oh yeah,
you'd have to ask Destiny that.
I mean, it's Kelly Jean.
That's not that.
Yeah, but if you have that mentality, Destiny, then yeah, he's gonna copy it, isn't he?
I wonder why women don't always feel comfortable on Destiny's subreddit. At the time, Destiny and his community absolutely tore Lav to shreds because they didn't think that she had enough evidence to substantiate the claim that Destiny was the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube. One time when Lav was in the hospital, Destiny sent to his public chat, like, I wish this person would just kill themselves already or fuck off from my shit forever. Destiny even one time shared with his public chat that there was a Kiwi Farms thread being made about Lav.
Oh yeah, the same thing he did to
Anna.
Yeah, to Anna. I
Yeah,
wonder
on
if
stream.
he knows about it. Steny. Apparently she's posting Connor's dick in Discord chats. A Kiwi Farms thread on Lav is going up in a few days. Pepe Lav. How does he know that? Wait, he has like...
Is he talking to Josh Moon? Because, I mean, I know that there's always like, isn't there 2 layers of Kiwi Farms? There's like, if you have an account, there's threads, and then there's the public threads.
Yeah.
So maybe he just knew that one.
So he's like snooping around there. They're like, okay, it's about to go up. Wow.
Yeah.
So again, this is... Destiny is extremely mad at Kiwi Farms right now. He wants to sue Kiwi Farms. He hates Kiwi Farms. He's mad that commentators are bullying him instead of going after Kiwi Farms for hosting all the leaks. Destiny's entire public history is praising Kiwi Farms, using Kiwi Farms, supporting Kiwi Farms, supporting Josh Moon, talking to Josh Moon on stream. Like, Destiny's had, like, no issue with Kiwi Farms. Absolutely none. He has his own account on Kiwi Farms. So there's no way that when Destiny sits here and goes after Kiwi Farms now and is, like, angry at Kiwi Farms, it's just because they host material against him.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It's like, hacked material. You know, I don't know. I mean, should the materials be hosted on Kiwi Farms? Should they be taken down? I mean, that's a different discussion. I don't know. I guess if it's like revenge porn, it should, you know.
I don't know. It's a legal thing. I'm pretty sure that Josh Moon's argument is that it's different when you're a public figure or something. I think he said something about that. I didn't see his post or I can't recall his post entirely now, but he replied to Destiny and said something about like you're a public figure and it's like a revenge porn scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Like or like he's acting sexually inappropriate or something. So it's like a different context legally. I don't remember exactly what he said, but something like that.
Yeah. I hope he goes into more detail on that tomorrow.
In case you don't know, Kiwi Farms is a message board that is famous.
Noah claims that he's a public figure, but that didn't work for Gawker versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, the Hulk Hogan sex tape. I guess that did come out too. Yeah.
Famous for
Well, I wonder
doxing-
if the way it was just received was different. Maybe. Like I don't know how the Hulk Hogan tape got released versus how this got released.
Yeah.
Lav. In case you don't know, Kiwi Farms is a message board that is famous for doxing and harassing people they don't like. So by sending Destiny's community to her Kiwi Farms page, Destiny was essentially doxing her. To be clear, I'm not trying to 100% defend Lav here. I think that some of the negative comments about her debating were accurate. I don't think she's a particularly good debater. I also don't think that she necessarily had enough evidence to back up the claim that Destiny is the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube. Although these days I do think there is a lot more evidence pointing to that being the case. She also one time claimed that Hassan had slept with a 17-year-old, which she didn't have any evidence to back up, and then Hassan ended up tearing her to shreds for that. And since then she has become a
I don't know now. I think we need to reopen that investigation. I mean, she said Destiny was the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube. Everyone's like, no, fuck you, that's not true. And she had no evidence, but then was right. Same thing with Hassan.
Yeah, and we know Hassan went to the brothels.
Right.
And he also, her thing is she's always like, he's never going to sue me. I'll say it for all time. He's never going to sue me. And I guess he doesn't.
Interesting.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, but.
That's very, I mean, she's got a lot of OnlyFans money. He's a millionaire. Why wouldn't he sue her? It's not like she's some poor bum just saying shit on Twitter. She's got a platform and money, you know, but he doesn't sue her? Question mark?
TERF who says a
Reopen the investigation immediately.
bunch of racist and transphobic shit on Twitter.
Wait, why is this? Had a dream I was dating Nick Fuentes and we were very happy. Did Tazia write this tweet?
Oh my God.
That's a throw.
It's like a one-to-one identical tweet. Right
she wrote this tweet. She was like, I know I'm Jewish and Nick Fuentes is anti-Semitic, but I really like Nick Fuentes.
Oh my God.
He's so hot. It's like,
However, I do still think that the treatment
I know I'm Jewish, guys, but
she endured from Destiny's community was insane. Being a bad person does not disqualify you from being abused. And if a woman feels like she's being abused by you and your community, I don't think a good way to prove that you're actually not abusive is by telling her to kill herself and doxing her. Destiny's community wrote off Lav as mentally unstable and insane, and because both her and Mr. Girl were widely hated by most people on the internet, most people ignored their allegations that Destiny was abusive. Destiny has a long history of bringing mentally ill women onto his stream to the point where it's a meme in his community that all of the women on Destiny's stream have BPD. Destiny himself has said that he's most attracted to women who he considers mentally unstable.
This dude really has a penchant for going after mentally ill women, okay? Women with like severe depression, and a lot of them got like
never ends well for any YouTuber that has this penchant, you know?
always horrible.
Never ends well.
Can't think of one that worked out.
Dude, a man's lust for BPD and also being on the internet and having a job on the internet is like just fucking, you know, it never mixes well.
Self-diagnosed BPD or some bullshit. Like, he just likes that. I don't know. To me, the fact that there's a pattern with a lot of these girls is a bit weird.
It's incredible that Destiny's whole career hasn't fallen apart much sooner. I mean, I will give him that. He lasted like, what, 15 years before he ever dealt with a scandal that was even close to toppling him. Now I'd say he's, I mean, not to even say this scandal toppled him or whatever. It's damaged him, definitely. But I mean, he technically will survive from this, right? He's got his viewership of 10,000 fucking autists, and he's still streaming. He's doing politics.
I'm curious what the long term is, because when you say toppled him, like, yeah, it never really toppled him. But now I think this is the most disavowals you've ever seen from anyone close to Destiny ever, from any controversy he's ever had. It has never been to this extent anything's ever done before.
Yeah.
Where you have like this Ab and Preach video, all of commentaries against him, you know, every close friend of his has disavowed him. You know, that whole, what is it, the election stream? Everyone that was on that stream, all hate him now, right?
Yeah.
So,
dude, watching that stream is so funny because it's just like a room full of people that all not just hate Destiny but hate each other. It's just so weird, and it was so recently too. I remember we did our own election stream, and Turkey Tom calls in right from like Destiny's fucking bathroom, and he's like, "Dude, this is crazy." And then like a day later, it all fucking falls apart. It's crazy.
Horrible.
But the question is, does Destiny just happen to attract a bunch of mentally unstable women to his stream, or does he purposefully attract mentally unstable women because he knows they are more easy to abuse? Another mentally ill woman that Destiny had a long conflict with was a woman named Anna. Just like with Lav, Destiny also encouraged his community to go to Anna's key.
So this is an interesting point, though. It's like, I'll always see this in the chat, and also we acknowledge this whenever we talk about these women. Are also like, well, yeah, but I mean, they are crazy, right? But it should be obvious and it should be clear. Destiny's not a victim of crazy women, right? It's not like it's like, holy shit, Destiny's getting screwed over by this crazy
No, I'm
girl.
so sorry you have to deal with this person.
Yeah, no, like sure, they might be crazy, they might be objectively true, they might be saying crazy things, but the dude's not a victim. He knows what he's getting into. He intentionally like fucks with them and pushes them and does that, and then he, holy shit, throws his hands up in the air like he's like, wow, what the fuck? They're insane. It's like, no shit. You just fucking like,
you didn't have to get with this
totally
person.
broke their brain. Obviously, you retard. You're fucking not a victim here.
Yeah, usually people like learn early on, right? It's like, okay, if I don't want to deal with this type of person, I'm not going to deal with this type of person in the future after you have like a rough relationship or something like that, right? And then if you continue to deal with those same types of people, well, then it's on you. You know, then you're just choosing to surround yourself with people like that, and it's like you can't really blame anyone but yourself. You can't even blame the girl, really. It's like she's nuts.
No. Kiwi Farms thread, and he encouraged them to post in her thread.
Oh, okay. Also, heads up. This is my only non-media blackout time, okay? This is my only non-media blackout time. I will immediately back this, okay? Somebody on Kiwi Farms has made a thread of Anna. So if you are obsessed with Anna...
Hates Kiwi Farms, by the way. You know, oh, why don't you guys go after Kiwi Farms for what they've done? How come you never went after Kiwi Farms, bro?
And you want to talk about her all the time? You, chatter, you can actually go to Kiwi Farms. And you can go and post all you want.
Dude, this sounds like a sponsored segment. It sounds like no paid him to say this. Like, it just sounds like advertisement.
All you want. Go there, post about it, talk about it. People put a lot of effort into categorizing and archiving.
And he's like desperately typing it. He's linking it. He's like, please go. Like, it's a sponsored link to go buy some, like, you know, Manscaped or something.
Everything. There you go, okay?
And in the thread about Anna that Destiny encouraged his fans to go message, they doxed Anna. And it was later revealed that at this time, Destiny was secretly in an ongoing sexual relationship with Anna.
So you acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year?
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure.
In response to this, Anna texted Destiny, "You literally ruined my fucking life. You just doxed me on your stream. Fuck you. You put me in danger." And Destiny responded to this by saying, "You're doing it to yourself, and you're going to keep doing it to yourself."
Poor victim, dude. Poor victim Destiny.
Yeah.
He's just being attacked by crazy Anna. Like, fuck you, dude. Totally a loser.
This is one of the most insane things I have ever seen in my entire life. Choosing to dox a woman you are actively sexting with just because she pissed you off. I guess if you want to live life by Destiny's rules, if your wife or girlfriend or friends with benefits ever pisses you off, why not just dox her to hundreds of thousands of people? I also want to be clear that I'm not defending Anna. Anna also has a long history of harassing Steven, which is obviously not good, but Destiny...
I mean, what did she do, though? Like, it's not even saying that it didn't happen, but I'm just curious, like, what did she do other than just schizo out on streams or whatever? Like, I don't even know.
I have no idea. But again, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's like,
yeah,
she's obviously a crazy girl, and you're not a victim. I don't care.
He also treated Anna like garbage. He not only doxed her, but he also threatened to leak her nudes.
Whoa, hold on. Tell Anna if she leaks my sexting, I might have some pics to share. Okay. By the way, again, this is Destiny like saying that there's like no difference between sexting messages, like sexting, and actual nude images. You know? Oh, if you leak my dirty talk, I'll show everyone your pussy. Whoa, that's not
what he said.
That's not equal. What?
When she threatened to leak sext messages between the two of them to prove that Destiny had been lying about her.
So do you think that leaking sexting and leaking nudes is proportional, or do you think it's a proportional response in the way that you're reacting to that?
I think it's about proportional. Yeah. Thanks.
You don't think that she has more to lose in that scenario? Like, you think that people were going...
Oh, I mean, she could have more to lose, but I just don't see the huge difference between, like, sex and nudes. Like, you're leaking, like, personal, like, sexual shit that somebody sent you and, like, trusted you with.
Like, in my opinion, this is like one of the biggest forms of like weird, like backstabbing shit that you can do. It's like one of the worst things a person can do is like leaking like private sexual shit like that.
What about leaking nudes? Like,
Yeah, sending it to other people.
Yeah, what about that?
Looking back at Destiny's streams from over the years, I found at least 20 different women who had allegedly had some sort of sexual relationship with Destiny at some point, and I found at least 15 different previous female orbiters who now all hate Destiny's guts, and Destiny now labels them as crazy. The fact that Destiny has had sex
15. Wow.
with a bunch of his
Poor
orbiters
him, dude.
and now a bunch of them hate him doesn't necessarily prove abuse. But what I do know is that Destiny is not living by the standard he expects other people to live by. Again, he said himself that you should not sext people who are guests on your platform because they might not be able to fully consent because of the implication.
I think it is wrong. Yeah, I don't think you should.
And at the very least, he has totally and utterly failed at living up to this standard of conduct that he expects other people to live by. I think we would need more evidence to concretely prove that Destiny's stream really is this system of abuse. But all I know is that there are at least 4 alleged victims and a whole host of other women who absolutely hate Destiny's guts, so I would recommend that women should stay as far away from Destiny's community as possible.
Will they, though? That's the real question. How soon until we see Destiny's new BPD e-girl orbiter? Will Destiny rebuild the Orbiter Club with all brand new people? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
could you imagine? Oh, imagine being a woman and going on Destiny's stream. A 19-year-old BPD woman going on Destiny's stream. It's just like, imagine the fucking obvious jokes, what people are going to say, the content, you know?
If you know that the people you're going to be involved with are only short-term partners, and you constantly see the after effect of most of your hookups and your interactions leaving a trail of broken hearts and disappointed people, that's a moral failing.
All right, let's recap
all
of Destiny's treatment towards women. Destiny sexually assaulted a woman. Destiny has a long history of sharing women's nudes and sex tapes without their consent. Destiny allegedly recorded a woman having sex with him without her consent. And in his messages to his Discord kitten, Rose is Coming, he sent her audio recordings of men that he had slept with from Grindr and said, "I went out and sucked a guy off a few nights ago and recorded the audio. It's really scuffed in my pocket, lol. Did I ever send it to you?" If he was recording the audio from his pocket, it sure doesn't sound like that audio was recorded consensually.
Dude.
Does it? Maybe he did ask if he could record him, but then he put the phone back in his pocket where the audio would sound terrible for some reason.
Yeah.
But I highly
That makes no sense.
highly doubt that. And if he was recording men from Grindr without their knowledge, it's also very easy to believe that he was recording Cherry without her knowledge. He has a history of calling 15-year-olds attractive and sharing pictures of them in bikinis. He has a long history of getting very mad at women when they post about their sexual assaults on social media. He has alleged.
I love that idea. It's like every time a woman comes out and is like, I got raped or whatever, right? Destiny just gets furious. He's just like, what?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. It's like, he's like,
so disgusting and embarrassing.
He's the only guy with the take.
Abused at least one of his female orbiters and was psychologically abusive towards his ex-wife, and he also admitted to choking out another one of his exes multiple times. However, he claims that this was done in self-defense.
Because you better fucking believe I had to fucking choke her out a few fucking times.
Finally,
Nice. Is that him talking about his ex-wife? Like his first ex-wife, I think. I don't know. This was back when there was this guy, I think his name was like Mr. Dead. What the fuck was his name? Mr. Mossman or something? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I did one of my first videos on this channel was about this guy. Oh yeah, Mr. Deadmoth. This guy, wow, look at me.
W throwback.
What the fuck, man? This is like some streamer that like streamed himself like beating his wife or his kid or something. I forget. He streamed like domestic dispute. And Destiny went on the air and like defended. He's like, basically, sometimes violence is okay in a relationship, right? And it's like, yeah, true, right? If you're defending yourself, you know. But I think he said something even more strange there. I don't know. I guess he was basically just saying like, yeah, I've hit my ex.
Hit my wife.
Yeah, it's like,
it's just insane.
You better believe I had to choke her out sometime. Okay, all right.
to choking out another one of his exes multiple times. However, he claims that this was done in self-defense.
Because you better fucking believe I had to fucking choke her out a few fucking times.
Finally, Destiny has a history of doxing and threatening to leak the nudes of women that get on his bad side. I find this incredibly ironic because in his Keffel's manifesto, he says that progressives believe there's no such thing as bad tactics, only bad targets.
And what comes of the belief that there are no bad tactics, only bad targets?
It's just virtue signaling.
Well, if you ask me, doxing women and threatening to leak their nudes is the definition of bad tactics that you should not be doing even if you think that woman is a valid target. If you add up all of these allegations, I think it's time to consider that maybe Destiny is just not a good fucking person. Maybe he's your typical male feminist and all of the liberal bullshit that he spews on his platform is just him trying to get into women's pants. Before it had been publicly exposed that Destiny had shared Pixie's sex tapes without her consent, in private he acknowledged that he had severely, at the very least psychologically, damaged her. But once Pixie came out with her allegations publicly and announced that she was planning to sue Destiny, he went back to his old defensive ways and took accountability for nothing. He posted to his subreddit, "Legal arc beginning in mysterious ways. Such wow," which is the most millennial cringe way possible to respond to allegations of
True.
Millennial cringe.
Did I remember like I saw that like on Reddit immediately? I saw like the minute he posted it, I was just like, seriously? This is how we're, breaking the silence. Such wow.
Sex crimes.
Yeah.
In this post, he never takes direct accountability for sharing Pixie's sex tapes with
I never had an intention for these images to be published.
Rose is coming without her consent, and instead he focuses on how he's a victim too because his nudes were also leaked by the hacker that apparently hacked Rose is Coming. Obviously, Destiny is also a victim in this situation, but I struggle to find empathy for him because he refuses to take accountability for sharing the sex tapes non-consensually in the first place, which led to this entire mess. He also talks about how Pixie was asking him for a large amount of money because she was trying to teach him a lesson, and I don't necessarily see anything wrong with her wanting to teach Destiny a lesson. Maybe he needs to be taught a lesson. Pixie made the point that unless there are some real consequences to Destiny for doing this, he'll probably just do it again in the future, which I agree with. Destiny later sent to his public chat, "Pixie and the people behind her just want money." Yet this is a blatant lie because she made it abundantly clear to Steven that she would be willing.
I think this is mentioned, by the way, in like the court documents that dropped today, right? Which is that because I skimmed through some of it, is that Destiny accused her of just being in it for money or something like that. So he he fucked himself in this statement, in the statement where he's like very careful. I can't say too much, otherwise I might I might hurt myself in court. Well, he did, right? Because that's mentioned in the documents.
In his Reddit post, his long ass Reddit post too.
Yeah.
Willing to donate the money he gave her to charity. So just like usual, Destiny is attempting to smear his victim in order to silence her, even though in my opinion, Pixie has done absolutely nothing wrong. And I think this shows incredible moral character on Pixie's part that she's even willing to donate this money to charity because I don't think she has any obligation to do this. But even with Pixie being basically the quote-unquote perfect victim, Destiny still decides to smear her. My favorite sentence from this post is when Destiny says, "I have been trying to move on from covering drama content as it has had an increasingly negative impact on those in my life." Bitch, you loved covering drama content when it was other people's heads on the chopping block, but now you want to stop covering drama once your head is on the chopping block. After this, Destiny sent some messages to his chat that were even more defensive. I have never done anything maliciously, as any of the fucking insane allegations say. That's fucking retarded. My only crime was—
Dude, this is just making me like anticipate his response so well because I'm like, oh, this motherfucker was so cocky, dude. He's so cocky and such a whiny little victim. For the last month, he's just been like so incredibly obnoxious. I'm like, what is he gonna say tomorrow? There's no way he's gonna walk away from this with a good take or a good response. There's just absolutely no way.
Being too much of a gooner in 2023 and earlier, 100% sure. Though again, I can't say anything.
So do we know for the fact that the reason why he's going to respond to this tomorrow is just because I guess the court docs are out now and he's realized that he's already said stuff that's incriminated him, so he might as well just go the full way? Like,
I don't know.
what is with the timing of why can he now suddenly speak? I'm curious.
I wonder if that was an outplay by Pixie, if maybe he didn't even know it was going to come until it was just dropped.
Yeah.
Specifically because...
Well, I mean, it dropped before he went live today when he was already talking about it, so he's still committed to it, you know, even after the documents dropped, so... I don't know.
Everyone wants to come at me in court now, I guess. When he says that he didn't do anything maliciously, I think he means that he didn't intend for Pixie's nudes to ever get leaked to the public. But I would argue that non-consensually sending her sex tapes in the first place was malicious in and of itself. And again, I think Destiny would agree with me that sharing the nudes in and of itself is malicious because he said that when Bob7 allegedly did the same thing, this should be life-destroying.
But I do believe that these are relatively life-destroying revelations.
Yeah, okay.
And you are not...
Okay, so he completely acknowledges the weight of what we're fucking dealing with here. Completely.
Fucking stupid, Destiny. You know that if you're sending around sex tapes to random 19-year-old e-girls, eventually something is going to get leaked.
You know, actually, one of the craziest parts about this whole story is the fact that Destiny trusted a 19-year-old Discord lady, okay, named Rose is Coming, with sex tapes of other people in his life. Nigga. If that's not compromised judgment, I don't know what the fuck is, okay?
Also, your only crime is being too much of a gooner? Destiny's just a little bit of a goofy gooner.
Yeah, dude, this is the ultimate DGG sweep, right? And I think this is a part where people got mad at Willie Mack's video where they were saying, like, all you did basically was just call him a gooner, which is what he's called himself, right?
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I don't remember when I watched Willie Mack's video, him saying that. He might have said that. I don't remember that being the extent of his condemnation. I think he went a little bit harder than that. But yeah, I mean, this is like the classic like DGG cope. Oh, I just made a little mistake, guys. Oh, I got myself involved in a little bit of a mess. You know, it's nothing life ruining, right? It's no, actually, according to your own words, you acknowledge this should be relatively life ruining shit, life ruining allegations.
It's not like he committed any serious sex crimes. He's just a little gooner goblin. Look at my gooner goblin over there in the corner gooning. As usual, every single thing that Destiny says is an attempt to downplay, and refuse to take any fucking accountability. Then Destiny sent this to his chat. Bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking like 20 other streamers with me, okay? Lol W. Again, trying to deflect from taking responsibility by saying that a bunch of other streamers have done the same shit. If other streamers have done the same shit, then yeah, maybe they should be on the sex offender registry. Recently, another clip of Destiny resurfaced where he talked about how he knew that a bunch of different streamers had committed sex crimes against children, but he just didn't care to expose any of them.
Like, everybody's gotten pics and more from underage chicks, depending on what you've heard in different communities. No, let me finish. In the esports community, okay, everybody has been involved in that shit, okay? And there have been people that have gone way farther than that.
Do you know people in the esports community?
I'm not.
That have
Yeah, but I'm not going down that road. There's tons of rumors.
No. Wait a minute. If you're saying you have knowledge of a crime and you're not willing to bring it forward,
dude, I'm so glad Ryan Beer is playing this, by the way, because I think we were like the only people played little bits and pieces of this, right? But nobody played like the full, or we didn't play the full stream, but nobody played like the extended context of him talking about like the 15-year-old girl and stuff like that. I'm so glad more people are revisiting this Kumite stream because, bro, there is so much good material on this one.
Yeah. Well, all these YouTubers are scared to name drop Medicare. I think Ryan Beard name dropped Medicare, to be fair, at the beginning.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he was on a stream with Mr. Medicare.
Talk about it, but like I don't have the means to go and acquire the evidence to like name names and name victims.
Break
and like find...
Dorito Gate right now, Destiny. Come on, let's hear it.
Dude. This is not my job. Listen, okay, I'm gonna be
so weird anytime I hear fucking Tonka's voice in like 2025 or just like, bro, what a fucking throwback.
Frank, I'm not gonna suicide my fucking career to go on some fucking vendetta against a bunch of fucking video game guys, okay? This is not my life.
But now that his head is on the chopping block, I guess maybe he'll finally expose these abusers that he's been covering for years. And the last thing that Destiny has posted at the time of this recording was an absolutely hilarious meme on Twitter where he said, "Korean barbecue is a little overrated, but I've always loved the short rib at this place." And it's a picture of a Korean restaurant.
Get it. It says goon.
restaurant called Goon Barbecue. Again, implying that he's just too much of a gooner because gooner sounds a lot better than sex criminal.
I mean, it does. That's what Adam22 did. When Adam22 was getting canceled for the 50th time of being a pedophile, but this time it actually went super mega viral instead of just a little bit viral. Adam22's response was to just disappear for a month and then come back and turn his wife over, submit her to get blacked and make blacked porn. So that now, instead of being a pedophile, he's just the giant cuck that everyone can beat up and punch and laugh at. But hey, rather be a cuck than a pedophile, right, guys? Right? You know? So, I mean, Destiny's, it's a similar strategy of just like, you know, oh, you guys can make fun of me and laugh at me and target me, right? But just make sure you call me the lesser bad or cringy thing and not what I actually am, which is, in Destiny's case, a pedophile, rapist.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, not a gooner. Just kidding, he's not a pedophile or rapist. Actually, I've said that before.
It's all just allegations.
Allegations, allegedly. My allegations.
Choosing to be his same old self.
On that note, I got to dip.
Oh, you got to dip. All right.
I got to go.
All right.
I'm going to close my cam so you can just leave.
Nice one. All right. All right. Well, see you later, man.
I have to go. Good luck reading about Destiny's sex crimes. Good luck.
Thanks. All right. Well,
have fun with this.
See you later, man.